Okay, doing the sound check. How's the sound going, Gator? If you can hear me loud and clear, let me know. Give me a hear me good, Gator? Things will be coming on. We having some kind of difficulty that we haven't figured out yet. But if you can hear me clear, give me an okay on that, please. Can y'all hear me clear? We waiting for Phoenix to come on. She'll be with us in a second. We're gonna let people start coming on in. We have 8 people in the room. Come on in. I know we dropped in unexpected to give a snack out tonight. Thank you. Let me know you can hear me. All right. We're gonna be waiting on Phoenix. And while we're waiting on Phoenix, we'll be letting people come on in the room. Come on in. You know, we had us a rough day this week, so let's see how we're gonna talk about it. Well, I'm glad to help you for your first time. Hope you enjoy. Or Huntsville, you stay in the house, Huntsville, Alabama. Y'all, I don't want to just jump into the election, but if y'all want to talk about election a little bit tonight, y'all know Chief like to serve up history. Now, if we talk about election a little bit, now put some history with it, because we could serve up history over here. Y'all want to talk about a little bit of what's going on today? That's not nothing new because it's been going on in the past. I know y'all see the topic. Yeah, Gator, we cooking with Rue. We got to take this jump back to a little history. Dr. Fontaine, this is what I want you to do. Tonight, I really want you to come on stage. I was dying laughing when I got the package. I was just, I wasn't even expecting that. And I love you, and I love my gift that you put in there. Yes, it's getting cold in the fridge. Yeah, I'm glad to know you have a good sense of humor like Chief. Because, this week we've been seeing enough people. Phoenix is over here on the phone because if they don't let her in, she's got to talk by phone. So we ready tonight to talk one way or the other on Phoenix. So while she's trying to get in, I want y'all to know she's on the phone. She's right here. She can hear us, and I'm letting her know what y'all said till she get in. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's getting cold. It was just wasn't expecting it. That let me know y'all really know Chief. Um, if y'all wanna, oh, there you go. Did you make it? Yes, she's in, y'all. Okay. Boy, they just didn't want to let you in tonight, please. Let me clear you off the phone. Okay, babe. All right,
There we
y'all.
go. Can you hear me, Chief?
Oh, yes, I can. Y'all hear Phoenix loud and clear? I love you too, Gabe. I love all y'all. We gotta make some gumbo or something tonight with some dressing. Might get Noreen or somebody to help us throw in a good potato salad. Cause this junk is a mess. Phoenix, you there?
I'm here. We gonna have
Okay.
potato salad with no curry in it.
They say they hear you, Phoenix.
Good, good, good. Hi, y'all. Hi, everybody.
Uh-oh, Gator say she been craving gumbo, Phoenix. Noreen say sound like potato salad is needed, Phoenix.
We fresh out of sweet potatoes, honey. We fresh out of sweet potatoes for that gumbo. No eggplants neither. They on layaway.
We don't have no eggplants either. But anyway, y'all, I welcome y'all that's here. We got 33 people in the room, 36. Y'all know we start cooking at 50, so I'm gonna let Phoenix give her greetings to you all and let y'all get y'all greetings in to Phoenix. And we're gonna get ready to turn the fire up on this gumbo and get it to boiling a little bit. You know, the little meat on the side, junk. I like to cook with a lot of pots when I make gumbo things. I have my roux going in one spot. I got all my sausages going in another pot. You know what I'm saying? I have my little chicken going in another pot. And then I like to do a combination of bringing it all together in the big pot. They say eggplants still in the field. Gator say the eggplants is in the field. And, well, while we waiting, we got 41 people in the room. Did not Chief tell y'all to vote locally to make those major changes? If y'all see me keep changing my head over here, I'm trying to win 2 spots, okay? All right. Chief told y'all, get out there and vote in your area to make changes. And we didn't know we was going to cause so much ruckus, Phoenix, just because we wanted to vote.
Because we wanted to vote for what's best for America.
That's right. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight. Y'all see the topic. We're going to do a part 3. As we fit 46 people in the room, 47 at 50, we'll start getting that roux together. Start stirring that pot. Yes, yes, yes. Um, I really don't care who anyone on this audience voted for because this is not about who somebody voted for. This is about the right to vote. Right, Phoenix? I voted.
Yes, it did.
And I fought to be able to vote, and my people fought for me to have the right to vote. And as I've told y'all in the past, I live in basically what they would call a Republican parish. One time it was mostly Democrats. I ain't know what a Republican was. So we're going to talk about issues. Talk about past and party and people. I know a lot of y'all have friends from a lot of different walks of life. And this Jason DeBlon that I think I know Jason DeBlon saying, hey, Chief.
Yes, yes.
Well, Jason, I just saw you come on board. I know my people no matter where they at. How's things doing where you at, Jason? Okay, y'all, Phoenix, the Jason, you know how to cook. We cook over here, baby. You know that. Okay, Phoenix, we the 50 people in the room, sparks and bangs, then went off on the screen. Here we
How you get the sparks and bangs? How you do that?
okay.
That's that cheap magic there. What's going on? She got glitter and sparkles. I love it.
Hit our 50, 51. Here we go. Sparks and bangs went off, and now we cooking with the pots and pans. Now, I couldn't wait, y'all. I had to hold my peace because I wanted the election to pass. Because, you know, we started talking about some topics, Phoenix. What kind of black are you? We talked about birth a nation. Y'all remember those topics? Let me see if anybody remember. If you didn't, you mean you got to go back and check those out after you watch this one tonight live. What we're looking at, Phoenix, is we talked about birth of a nation. We talked about these different things, and we studied. I heard people saying that um, we just up and start, um, I guess, voting out of the green because nobody told us who to vote for. Well, we should not have to wait for somebody to tell us who to vote for. In Birth of a Nation, we talked about several things, and I want to get on over there to it. And while I'm getting there, I want Phoenix, she got to let some of this off her chest too. So Phoenix, while I'm jumping over there, you're welcome to have the floor because I'm
Thank
picking
you, Chief.
it up, but you can have the floor.
Well, I see. I could tell people are not well right now. We knew it was going to be this way, one way or the other, right? Somebody was going to be upset this morning. Um, I just want America to be great. And there's nothing wrong with me wanting that. That is my desire for myself, my children, my grandchildren, my parents, and everybody else that I love.
And
We got a lot of work to do.
you have a right to get involved with your community and vote. That's what it was about. You have a right to pick who you want to pick. That's what it was about. The issue is, why would someone get mad because you voted the way you chose to vote? What would make somebody want to do that? That's the whole issue right there. Okay, Phoenix, on the board, I put this here thing on the screen. I know you can't see it. I need to make it a little bigger, maybe, but I know you can see the gentleman's name. Am I correct? Um,
Yes, Nathan Bedford Forrest.
could you see the writing, or do I need to jump over there and make it larger? Do y'all see it, or y'all want her to just roll?
Let me get my Mr. Magoo glasses. I get closer, I can see.
Mr. Magoo, let me see if I can get us a little closer. Because we got to stop calling everybody a Klingon. Okay? Everybody's not a Klingon. What make us want to call everybody a Klingon? I'm coming in a little closer for you. I think I got it.
Oh, there it is.
Is that good?
Yes, it is.
All right. Now, we're going to get on this topic, guys, on getting this room started. To get a room started, you got to start at the base of the situation. All right? So, you got to bring some things to the pot. That iron skillet. So, before we jump to elections now, we need to deal with the racism of the past. We need to deal with who was the people that was actually. I'm gonna fade me off for a while so I don't be look like I'm ignoring y'all because we're gonna get into this topic a little deep. Okay. Phoenix, what a lot of people don't understand is we are not trying to start any mess with this here. I want y'all to know this. We are not doing this to cause people to have how can I say, get people upset or angry. I just saw a couple of people. I didn't come on last night. Mr. Waldo and I said, let's just look and see what people were saying, Phoenix, before we jump out there, you know? And people pretty much did what we thought. Y'all know who I came off the screen. Y'all know why I came off the screen, so y'all just bear with me. Dr. Funk, they know why I'm off the screen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. I'll be back soon. I'm right here. I need to have it with me right now. Okay. And I got the coat to go with it. Not funny. They got here. But this actual topic makes me a little upset because we keep saying, or people keep trying to make us feel, Phoenix, like we reneging on somebody. You getting what I'm saying? Or we leaving something that we're supposed to be sacred to. I'm not here to just target a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm here to target what happened to us here in this country. I'm here to talk to us about why they didn't teach this stuff in school. I'm here to talk to us why now, between yesterday and today, well, really the latter part of this month, finally people of color become a topic, especially the men. And I want to congratulate the men out there for standing up for yourself. And Phoenix, I want everybody to give the men some applause on this channel. So let me see some applause. Come on, give it to yourself. Give it.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all stepped up and say, I'm a real man. Baby, I was going to vote for Cornel West myself. But I like to be controversial and protest at time too. Okay? That's why I say it didn't matter. The important thing is you used your right to vote. And because you voted for Cornel, he's a very smart man. Okay? Very smart man. But there's an issue why that very smart man couldn't be on a ticket that have electorals. Are y'all with me, Phoenix? Why was he not able to have electorals?
That's
It's hard when you're running independent to win the presidency. Okay? because the parties have been caught between the Democrat and the Republican for so long. And if the rich people control the two parties, they can make it very expensive and difficult for someone else to get in. You have a right to run, but you don't have a right to run where you can get them electorals. Are you with me, Phoenix? I don't like that they play a game like you have a right to run. Yeah, but look at all the votes Jill Stein got. But she got zero electorals. It's the electorals that wins the presidency. And I think we all made a great stand. I've been saying for years, go independent, protest for our rights. I don't care who out there don't like it. And I'm not too much y'all in my room. I'm talking to people that come back and look later and can grumble. I'm 64, I'll be 65 come February. So Phoenix, we looking at my entire voting time. I've been voting Democrat. You can't get them on the telephone. They don't pick up our issues. They got people that came to this country way after we all were born, and they number one on the agenda. Or, I was born with this skin color. I can't change it. So that's why there was minority and civil rights fights for the people who could not change their condition. You gotta live with it. Okay, if y'all don't mind me smoking my cigarette, I gotta come back in. I want y'all to see me because I don't want y'all to think I'm faking with you. I want to really talk to y'all and I want you to see me. Here I am. I hurt for the next generation. We got people coming out telling us how to vote, when to vote, who to vote for. But where was these people in our community? Some Bible says she voted 35 years Democrat. Y'all see who founded it. Pike is a part of the Klan. I want to live farther back. So we're going to get to that. We ain't going nowhere. But I want y'all to hear Chief from her heart on this. When we did the beginning of the birth of a nation, I actually said birth of a new nation in the for a reason. The new nation was get rid of us and bring in immigrants. Can y'all say immigrants? Immigrants is who displace and misorganize intentionally the original people of America. Immigrants. Immigrants controlled setting up the law on how to vote. They the one did the Constitution. We wasn't a part of it. Immigrants wrote laws to make the people of color that they brought from other countries a little less than human. All that back up to the doctrine of discovery. Y'all know that. Yes, you are correct. Illegal immigrants. But we have lived under an immigrant system for over 200 and some years. Okay, Phoenix? Until those who come sets the rule for how the other ones get here. Not the people who was indigenous to America don't set the rule. So here we find ourselves, and I'm going to speed the story up a little bit because I want to get into it. We once were, when I say we as peoples of color, that goes back to the show, What Kind of Black Are You? Okay. Rosa Parks and all of them, since I hear people talking about Rosa Parks, Harry Belafonte, it's just one little black man who has his own show, who done ran all over this country campaigning, and now he's furious because people didn't listen to him. People were telling people stuff that didn't listen to the people. So the people made a choice because majority of the people, a lot of them is of color too. They first generational immigrants, second generational immigrants. If Chief right or wrong, give me some love if I'm telling the truth. This is who talks for us. Okay? Now, I can't target one because there's a lot of them in this, like me and Phoenix was saying. So the best way to say it, the chosen ones. Is that a good one? The chosen ones been telling us what we need and what we don't need. We got people cannot get decent jobs. But if you listen on, they say the economy is moving well. For who? I wanted to wait till the election was over because I don't want anybody to say, oh, that's a Trump issue you're talking. That's a Camilla issue. No, this is a people issue. And no, we didn't just start hurting under Camilla and Biden. We heard it under Obama. Yes, we heard it under Trump. Nobody mentions we was on a lockdown under Trump. You understand? So sure, when the next group go in and people start going back to work, it looked like you boost the economy. The economy was shut down. You know, we got them telling us the economy did good under Biden. Well, heck, we just came out of lockup. We was under a national lockdown, prison system. So then you're gonna tell us Biden and Kamala. Well, no, Biden and Kamala say cut the stimulus check, and Chief ain't talking about the stimulus check. I'm just letting you know what they did. Cut the stimulus check and get people these shots and get them back to work. That's what really happened. Now, we caught up in chosen ones, system chosen ones, systematic racism. Can somebody put that in there for me? Systematic racism we've been a victim of. When Fannie Lou Hamer and them left out of the Democrat Party and Rosa Parks was really wanting them to stay in the Republican Party, and they went over to the Democrat Party in the 60s, well, Rosa Parks was a Republican. Can y'all put that in there? Rosa Parks was a Republican. Did y'all know that? I don't need the news people to tell me that. I knew Rosa Parks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And she told me, her and Miss Carr, they both was with the Montgomery Improvement Association, and they were Republicans. Yes, and Dr. King was too. The move to the Democrat Party is because of a fallout with the blacks on how they were being treated and mistreated in the Republican Party. And when I go and pull some of my old people records, and I gotta call one name, Roland, you're not telling the truth on something, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana. And I can pull records where my people voted and they were not white. You voted because you had property. Landowners were called electorials. Come on, Roland. Like you tell the rest of them, come on, bring it out. Bring it on. Stop misteaching the people and tell me who misteaching. There were people of dark skin that had electoral votes. Do y'all hear me? The women didn't vote, the men voted, and they was not just white. That's the part I want you to understand, Roland. I heard you say you're 55 or whatever it is, but I'm 64. I have records. I have my family records where they voted. Do y'all understand? Landowners were electorials. And the immigrants got in here and they didn't have land, so they couldn't vote. Are y'all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So to eliminate that, they did the electoral college so that you elect electors instead of voting based on being landowners. Do I have somebody on here, Dr. Fontaine? Would you do this for me, please? would you put in original electoral? Phoenix, would you do it too? Because we want witness.
Say that again, Chief.
Put up original electoral votes. What you don't want is the college. You want what was an electoral. When y'all find it, let me know. So the original electors that had voted the president were the landowners of America, being if they got it by a land patent of America. Okay? So those land patents. Sunflower, you say you got it? If you got it, whoever get it, I want y'all to come on stage because we're gonna fix this. We got to fix it. We cannot let them think we all ignorant. Sunflower, come on stage. I just posted. Whoever have it, come on stage. Phoenix, you found it? Let me get my phone.
I did find a source, and yeah, I did find something, and
Come on,
it
talk
was
to me.
one thing that stood out to me.
Is Chief wrong or is Chief right?
You're right.
Huh?
It sends us. I said you're right. It sends us to Article 2 of the Constitution.
Come
But at
on.
a glance, as far as you said, from owning the land, um, this also determined the number of senators and the number of representatives, right?
Right.
However, if they were misclassifying us, we didn't stand a chance
Okay.
because they do it based off of your classification, how they get you a representative.
You want to weigh
Mhm.
in on it? Y'all hear her?
So we back to taxation without representation.
Hello, don't I be saying that all the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why in the heck we gonna make ourselves enemies from the Democrat to the Republican when neither one look out for us, a people of color? Neither one in the past. I said hate groups of the past, then and now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
Mm.
read a bit of it to them, Phoenix?
Yes, hold on. Let me get this one here.
Did the news people tell you this? Did the blacks running for office tell you this? Did your black
No,
warriors tell you this?
not at all.
Are they gonna come out? We misinformed? Bring it on, Roland. Bring it on. Stop lying to our people. Let's go back to the base of what an electoral vote was and could have still been if the immigrants of that time didn't see a way to manipulate our people out. Are y'all with me? Are
Yes,
y'all
ma'am.
root? Is the root getting there? That's the base. That's the root. I wanted to come on before election. Mr. Waldo kept saying, "No, let's wait till after."
He sure did.
Wait till after. You ain't got no business getting mad for neither side. You're on here talking about my heritage. What happened? Where my papers? Because they were kinfolks already on both sides.
That's right.
Not even under the Confederate War, brothers and sisters fought against each other, the North and the South. Did not Tom Aitken tell y'all his grandmother was working both sides?
Sure did.
And he was the founder, and his family was the founding family of in-country manufacturing of slaves. And he was proud of it. Are y'all with Chief? I'm not talking Democrat, Republican of this day and time, which is still an offspring of what it started out to do. And when people say they're taking it back and scaring people up and you're going back, heck, we done been on both sides. Both sides didn't help us. Talk to me, please. Is this making sense? The day after election,
Yes, ma'am.
created a race color thing and deviated away from the facts and the truth. Did y'all learn that in school that the real electoral was the landowners? And the landowners picked the politicians that represented them, the Senate, and all of that stuff. You with what I'm saying? That's what the electorals did.
Yes.
The electorals elected the president. 1 second. All right. Now, here we go. When they gonna tell us the truth about that on regular TV?
Never worry second.
Huh?
I said never worry second.
Because I sit here and heard Roland this evening discuss only people could vote was white people. And I can debunk that. Like he said, he like to see facts. Come on down to Louisiana to Bonfacott. I'll lay some papers before you and I'll take you to the courthouse. And I can debunk that. Stop confusing the West Florida history with the East and the West. We got a different kind of history down here. We wasn't a
Amen.
part of the United States until 1808. Wasn't really totally finalized till 1821. You had more free people of color in West Florida than anything. Some owning slaves, some not. I can show you my grandpa voting records. He wasn't white. Y'all better study Louisiana free people of color. Are y'all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
That was before they was trying to wipe every Indian out because they still needed us. So they put them on the colored. I don't need somebody 1 generation, 2 generation, 3 generation to come into America, get on TV, and try to tell my history and a lot of y'all history in America. Do y'all hear me? They only know what they was taught institution of indoctrinating. They was indoctrinated to this misinformation. And we've been voting like that as Republican and Democrat. Because neither one wanted the people who was originally here to have their land. I didn't hear too many people mention about American Indians in this election.
Not a one.
And I ain't talking about the American Indians that the United States already established through the birth of a nation. Do we have to go back to that show when they assigned them numbers as they made them tribes to eliminate us? Are y'all with me? Now, yeah, all them presidents had ties to slavery. So now we're going to have people coming here telling us who's a Klan, who's a Hitler. Hitler learned in America from Democrat and Republic races. Come on now, come on. I lived in a parish where the Republicans was not here. Democrats was here. And we still had Ku Klux Klans, Night Riders. When we go further back, Jayhawkers. Or let's say I start Jayhawkers and Night Riders. And bring it on up to today to Klans. Man, you not scared of me going on no show talking about we fixing to go back and pick cotton because my people ain't come from no cotton picking people. We own stuff. Stop singing everybody in color was cotton picking people. Didn't have nothing. How they didn't have nothing when the black people own majority of the land of Southeast United States? Talk to me, things. Please talk to me.
They don't know that. They don't They don't know that. I don't know how they have degrees in history, but what I found out, they should have got their degree in philosophy, because that's all they got. The facts escape them.
Everything is the white people. What about when the black people do us wrong?
We can't talk about that.
Why?
Because it's only the white man that did anything wrong.
All right. So I want to get very controversial because the people don't know why my name Warhorse. I can get a little controversial at times, especially when I see them lying to the younger generation. If the white man is so racist, tell me why the vice president married a white racist man then, right? Come on now. We supposed to stay away from one white man. And she sleep with a white man. Come on now, y'all. Come on, come on. We gonna pour the meat in there. Wow.
And that's after she pretended to be black.
So are they telling us we got chosen white people that we can deal with? The ones that they say we can deal with? Because I have white friends. And they not racist, they not clans, and they ain't no Hitlers. And we work and fight together for our communities. And I want to set that record straight. Do y'all understand that? We're going to create racial tension, which now they made it to the church. The preachers is on YouTube cutting up. Election is over. And whatever she is, by whatever kind of black she is, she got her white husband, whatever kind of white he is. And they going off and live happily ever after. Here we're going to be cutting up on this internet. The preachers ain't going to be able to go to their conferences because of what side they was on. You got people scared. My daughter went to church tonight. She go to church in a couple towns over. She come back, she said, Mama, the people is upset. I said, for what? She called me, actually. Because they say they getting hate letters from white people who telling them what field they going to pick cotton in. You know why the white people can play with their mind like that? Because they don't know who they are. And in that area, they might have went pick strawberries. They wasn't picking cotton. And that wasn't no slaves. They owned their own strawberry farm. Dummies. Why are you scared when you own the farm?
They hear plantation and automatically assume they picked cotton. Didn't dawn on them that they may have owned the land, and a plantation is another word for farm.
Say it, please. Say it again, Phoenix. What was a plantation?
A farm.
So they had slave plantations that manufactured slaves, like Angola, where Tom Ackland people was manufacturing slaves on their farm. And when you trace his people to Virginia, did I lie on them? They was up there manufacturing and shipping slaves from Virginia all down here to Louisiana.
132,000 plus. All in 1832.
And people gonna let the word plantation scare them when it was only like they playing with words now. White man wasn't the only person who had slaves. Just like white people ain't the only one getting mad cutting up on their TV because black people decided not to vote Democrat. Like somebody willed us to a Democratic Party that don't have to ever hear or answer us. I'm not worried about Obama, Michelle, uh, 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 the entertainers that made their money. She didn't even put signs out in the black people community that was supporting her. What did you do with $1 billion and some if you ain't got no signs moving? Do that make sense, Phoenix?
Not
They
at all.
most of her time arguing over is she black, Indian, or whatever. And they spent more time, and she spent more time changing her accent than they did hearing what the people said. Oh yeah, I'm getting controversial. I wait until after the election. Because I didn't want to be an influencer. Neither one of them. Make your mind up who you voting for. Like the person said they voted for Cornel West. I've been saying that on my show. Just vote. But make sure you vote for what you need in your local community. And don't stop voting. Because if you saw this year, they made the black men mad. Other men talking down on real men. Men that poke concrete, pick up logs and stones all day. Men that can't do a day's work like a man that work can do. And you gonna give orders? Where is the democracy in this republic? Talk to me. Where is it?
Or where's the republic in this democracy? Something like that.
Where show it to me. And we supposed to stay silent. And when they come to us, they're gonna come talking about making something. See, we're talking about with drugs. And then all the other people that's on that side talking about prison systems and this and that and the other. And Roland trying to scare us with Steve Banner and all this when he come out of jail. Y'all go look at his show. I'm not gonna even show it on my show. But y'all need to go see what Roland said. You know, you said something things about if you get in the bed with a dog, while with a dog, you come up with fleas. How many of them coming up with fleas? And man, because we don't want the flea. I heard an educated lady this morning who said that was my sister. But she didn't have an agenda, and she went about it the wrong way. I can openly say I was not voting for her like I told y'all, because I'm not for deleting babies. If the 19 million recorded deleted babies would have lived, you might have would have had enough votes to vote somebody in. Ain't nobody else deleting 19 million babies since 1973 to now. Talk to me, Phoenix. And then the top agenda is me going to support a man to take my position as a woman. But you don't know what a woman is. Nobody know what a woman is over there. They got amnesia.
All the women's rights were being taken as far as they was concerned. Their
But
whole
they say we women
campaign
have a
was
right.
based off of women's rights.
What woman have a right? You telling us we
The
got
men's.
a boxer man. Our children got to go to bathrooms with men, our girls. But I thank God the real black man stood up and said you're going to respect women, real women, because we real men. That's a shame we got to start using the word real or original. And I'm telling y'all this because all the shows I did told you how they can reclassify you. See, that's it. We are living through another reclassification. If y'all with me, let me have an amen. Please. Do y'all understand what happened to the Indians now? It's happening in front of your face. That's why we have to wait till after the election so everybody can see. When they were like, well, why this didn't happen? Why they didn't do that? Well, why they ain't doing it now? Why they going through what they going through now? Our people didn't have no doggone internet and television. Took them a long time to communicate. By the time they figure out what's going on, it's done. And the law is passed, they say you better shut your mouth or we'll take what you got. And that's what was offered to us this time. And they got people of color who voted against themselves. Donald Trump can't do nothing. That means you haven't read the Constitution of the United States. You know how many president Woodrow Wilson would have took over in Phoenix? He would have been the king.
Good old Woody.
That's scare tactics. They've been having racists in both parties. And now that the independent party bigger than the two of them, they got racists in there too. Now, let me go to the next part. Phoenix, let me shut up and for you to get over here to these Ku Klux Klans and let's get there. And anybody that don't know where we at need to go back to some of the shows. Ask somebody what show will bring you up to date because we done been down this road already and put the shows there. This is reclassification. Only thing they're doing it with gender as well as color and race. Camilla was a battle, was she black? Okay? But you know she was Indian. So they said don't pay attention to what you see nor hear. You're lying to yourself. You got to go on what we say. We can make a change, Fox. We just made a change yesterday. Trump cannot put you in slavery. They got old people that are scared, watching what's so-called the traditional news. And they scaring people, okay, Phoenix? Why are you going to scare people? We went to Office Depot today. A young lady in there and cried all day because she's scared she's going to be sent into slavery or abused, or they fixing to come around and start burning people out. Why do that to our people? When they're under a lot of stress already? Why? Why are we the only race got to be threatened by our own people as well as the white folks on which way to vote? Why? Why nobody's attacking Bernie Sanders from saying today the working people was abandoned by the Democratic Party, and the party should not be surprised that the working class let them down and abandoned them. Come on now. Who on there talking about Bernie Sanders? Are y'all with me?
Daddy. Mm-hmm.
If y'all like what we cooking over here, send some love. Send some love if you like what we cooking. Because Phoenix finna get on these Ku Klux Klan, and I got a couple more things to hit. We might end up with a part 4 on this. We already at the part 3, Phoenix, but we got to go a little more.
Let's see. The Ku Klux Klan, commonly shortened to the KKK or the Klan, is the name of an American white supremacist far-right terrorist organization and hate group. Various historians, including Fergus Bordwich, have characterized the Klan as America's first terrorist group. There have been 3 distinct iterations with various targets relative to the time and place, including African Americans, Jews, and Catholics.
Hmm. That sounds like the same people was talking in this election. Okay? But even the Jewish community is understanding. You was aligned by the same hatred that we was. And so was the Catholic, because it was the Protestants coming up against the Catholics. And the Protestants was coming through the 13 colonies, crossing over to the western area, across that line that they should not have crossed in the first place over on the Indian community. Are y'all with me? No, baby, FEMA camps are not real. No. You think they're going to put all us somewhere and feed us and take care of us and clothe us when they won't take care of you running loose? FEMA built some things in it. They have them in Mississippi and Phoenix. Next time you come down, I'm going to take you to a visit. Alexandria have a place. They took an old military base. Those are places for people that don't have nowhere to go when there's disasters. That is not to round up black folks and put them in no FEMA camp. No. That's people sitting there making their own story. And most of the places that they have established is for the government agency to go to while they're working. And if you would like, I could take you to see one day. That could be arranged. Okay? Could be arranged. I did Cooking with Chief on the radio, and I brought one of the people in from FEMA to try to explain this when this rumor was real heavy out there on the internet. I didn't know you was hungry, J-Ma. Pull up a chair, baby. Have a seat. We gonna take care of you over here, Jack. You're gonna eat some gumbo. We don't have no sweet potato nor eggplants. We're talking facts. You know, it's a shame to hear black educated people give us misinformation and tell us we misinformed. You ain't playing with my psychic. They didn't teach you everything at the school where you went. They taught you something and you're a smart man. But you don't know everything. You don't know everything. You don't know everybody's story. So stop talking one or two people's story as if that's everybody's story. When I talk about Southeast United States, black farmers, what they farming if they ain't on the land, Phoenix? Who did they steal the black farms from? Black farmers. I heard him talking about the white farmers tonight. Well, that's because you ain't made sure they elected the people and nobody talked about the black farmers enough. Like they don't talk about the black Indians. Like they don't talk about the black man issue or the black woman issue. The biggest issue is a man wanting to be a woman. And then they want to put some kind of law, put you on that gag order like they did our people where they couldn't say they was an Indian. How many of y'all heard your grandparents or somebody say, well, we couldn't say we was an Indian? Now you can't say nothing about somebody taking your gender. Now you can't say nothing about somebody deciding to be the overseer of your children, gender, or government. I heard him trying to scare people up. Maybe they scared because they cash cow might be then gave up the last of the brown milk. You understand things? You milked the cow, you didn't feed it right now. It ain't no more milk. It may take 60 years. I want y'all to hear me over there. I went to the Democrat Party people around here and I told them that. And I'm going to tell it to y'all. It may take 60 years for the Democrat Party to reestablish itself if, y'all hear that word? I gotta put an if in there. If we don't teach the next generation what we just went through. Now that's the part y'all want to know why nobody taught what happened with the Indian. Now it's your task to teach to the next generation what's happening now. Otherwise, 60 years from now, our grandkids and great grandkids will be moving back to the Democrat Party. And somebody saying if you don't vote, you're a sinner. If you don't vote, you racist. Yeah, like Virginia, you couldn't use that word. Phoenix, we're gonna go to another little piece on these little clan things, okay, baby?
Okay.
I'm just clicking through some stuff they can go through. I ain't making this junk up. Okay, where is it? Come on back up. Y'all, me and Phoenix been having some tech problem tonight. We don't know why. We just keep saying we're gonna move on through it. Okay, here we go. Phoenix, let's see. Let's get you over there in 1 second. What they should have been doing is teaching people what's really going on. That's what they should have did. They should have said, you know, we done been used on both sides more than one time. And now it's time for us to sit down as people of color and make an agenda for what could help us. You understand? What could help us move forward? Okay? As a people. But they don't want us to do that. Okay, Phoenix, here we go. Now y'all know about the Confederates. We done went through that. We know they done took over. They start taking over not only with the tribe and moving into Oklahoma, taking over, but they manipulated the system. And we're gonna go back into that Confederate part, Phoenix, before this year is out. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's see what they say right now. See right there.
The KKK was founded as the military arm of the Democratic Party. Mm.
Go to the next part.
Let
Right.
me see. Let me get that up.
Somebody just did this article August the 25th, 2017. But I'm using their stuff so they don't say Phoenix and Chief made it up. And then y'all go pull it up. Y'all see it? Yes, it is, baby. It's breaking up families and communities. That's why I'm talking tonight. It ain't worth it. That's the divide and conquer. All right, Katrina? Okay, Phoenix. It was founded in what? 1866?
Yes, ma'am. I'm pulling it up too. Hold on.
So by 1966, that was 100 years, and they were still here. And it was founded with the people who was the Confederates. Isn't that something? So the first Democrats and the Confederates and the Ku Klux Klans was the same people. You there? Did I lose you, Phoenix?
No, I found it. Hold on one second.
She coming with y'all.
Okay.
This
All right.
stuff they want.
So it says the KKK was founded as the military arm of the Democratic Party. Confederate West. The valiant, there's a marker right here that I'm reading from. The
I got them
valiant
all. Put it
Confederate
up.
soldiers who lie buried here were members of the 1st Alabama Infantry Regiment, Confederate States of America. They were captured in the spring of 1862 in the Civil War Battle of Island Number 10 in the Mississippi River, south of Cairo, Illinois. Their task was to halt river traffic carrying men and supplies to Northern forces further south. After weeks of fighting under extremely difficult conditions, they were forced to surrender. Constant fire from river gunboats and land forces made their position untenable. After surrender, they were moved to Camp Randall, and when they arrived, many were suffering from wounds, malnutrition, and various diseases. Within a few weeks, 140 graves were filled, the last resting places for these unsung heroes, far from their home in Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Here also is the grave of Alice Whiting Waterman, a gracious Southern lady who devoted more than 30 years of her life to caring for the graves of her boys. Mm,
Okay, what y'all
okay.
say?
A small Confederate flag stands at the base. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Chief?
I said, what you say about that?
What'd
So
you say,
what you
Chief?
got to say about that? That's orders of the Confederates taking care of their boys. You know, we did the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go back, and they said these people was from the South. Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
They was Confederates. They Ku Klux Klan, and now we fixing to go a step further. Now we see they was the Democrat Party or the Dixie.
Mm.
Wow! Don't go there, Roland. Don't do it. Don't do it. Both parties is guilty of racism. Okay, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Don't scare the people like one party. Loved us so much, took good care of us. Master was good. No, both parties. And we got to deal with issues that can help our communities today and not parties, sororities, and fraternities. What's going to be best for your children and grandchildren? Some of these people that's giving us advice don't even have children to look to the future for. And when they grow old, they ain't going to have nobody to look after them. Because you're going to be to taught them the wrong stuff. This is how people lost their history. Somebody miseducating you to their benefit. All right, things they're gonna make me preach up in here, lying on the TV, scaring people up. I ain't scared to talk to no man, no woman. I got facts. Ain't nobody paying me. I heard them talking about people paying people. That ain't paying me. I gotta make sure my community function. And I'm known for fighting in my communities. But when somebody information come through the internet or through the TV, into the ears of the people that I represent in my communities, I'm automatically invited to say what I'm saying. Stop lying. What's in it for y'all? What's in it for us is failure. He done gave a speech all the way down to you're gonna drink nasty water. No, if you got water issue, get with your EPA and organize together. Go down there to the agency in your state and let EPA know what's going on. If you need some funding, write up you a proposition. Go find you an author. Am I right, Dr. Bunte? And present it to your representative, no matter if they're Democrat, Republican, or Independent.
That's right.
And if they don't hear you, y'all perfect on petitions. Y'all did 10,008. Do a petition and take them out. Ain't no such. There's no way the President of the United States can put nobody in no slavery. Stop telling people that lie. There was racist people that supported both parties. And I'm here to tell the ones that, I'm hearing what some of them saying. They think Trump is their rise like Woodrow Wilson. But problem is, we as not misinformed as it was during Woodrow Wilson days. Okay? So we ain't bowing down. We ain't scared. I was always told you gotta bring her behind, the whip her behind.
That's right.
Visible behind. Cause sure if you come to whip mine, in Louisiana, you come across somebody's property, especially in St. Tammany, unwanted. That's called trespassing. Now I know they got that same law in Arkansas. Trespass, if you please. So stop scaring the people. Because sometimes people don't have the information and the research ability to know the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. And trying to scare people to stay on a plantation, Republican or Democrat plantation. Both of them is there to get rich off of the people, no matter what color or nationality. Both parties are there to gain their wealth. And then we got wealthy black people up there telling us be happy poor. Michelle's own did it. Her family told her we got more than enough to overflow it. Where's she overflowing it to? Because she ain't overflowed it to Chicago, her and Barack. The people in Chicago built them up by voting for him to the Senate. Then we voted him into the White House. And then they moved to the big house when they come out the White House. You gotta come out and try to talk to my husband, who older than you, like he your child. Man, go somewhere. Then gonna tell about your wife. Don't let Michelle come. Tell Michelle she welcome. She can come on my show. She can come to St. Tammany. She can come to Bonefort. Come on down. And I'll show you what you didn't do when y'all was in office too. And we tired of bullies. I'm a bully breaker. I ain't worried about a bully. Male nor female. It's going too far. Too far. If people want to vote for Cornell, Kennedy, whoever, that's what the right to vote means. And if they didn't vote for your candidate, that means they didn't want them and didn't like them. I didn't understand them. Now, if I'm telling the truth, let me see y'all give me some love over here. Phoenix, you can go back with these Ku Klux Klan. Oh, Lord. Are y'all enjoying the dinner tonight? Hello, Mr. Waldo. We serving gumbo potato salad dressing with homemade bun bread. Yes, indeed. With butter to butter.
Okay, let's see.
So, Phoenix, if the Confederates is the Klan and the Confederates was the Democrats, come on now. And Southern Poverty, the Law Center say, a hate group.
Yeah.
All
Mm.
right. Well, what happened? This is what happened, Obama and Kamala. This is what happened, Michelle. This is what happened, Maxine Waters. There's a thing called internet, and people not just using it saying little stupid things. They are using social media and researching and getting the education that was not available in y'all so secure, high United States mandatory educational institution. They are getting it now on their own. And they can read just like y'all. And they have common sense. And common sense say we've been working against ourselves. So we did like Fannie Lou Hamer did the Republicans. The younger generation, and they recruited other people like me. I feel right in there with them because I know they right. They decide we can't do no worse going to the other side and see you over there for a little while. So if you don't like something, you mean you can't leave it and try something else? Out being harassed and intimidated? Then where is our freedom? Why should we be afraid of Trump when you can't say nothing now and Trump ain't even in office? So we can think for ourselves. We have to make it for ourselves with taxation without representation and voting and hoping for representation. Yeah, I say that. Billion and some dollars to do commercials and pay entertainers millions of dollars for 5 minute, 3 minute, and 2 minute, and it didn't do nothing. It fell on deaf ear. Like when the people was trying to plead and ask for help in this country, it fell on the deaf ear of the so-called leaders, the so-called media. Fell on deaf ear. So the people decide they got earbuds in their ear now. The earbuds, while they listening and reading and getting the truth that they've been denied for so long. Okay, we serving up some history here. Phoenix, I'm finna take you, I'm gonna let you go. But this here thing is bothering me because they got people in Louisiana getting upset because of what these people saying about they fixing to go back to slavery. Who gonna put you in slavery? You so scared of man, you won't follow God? And they're scared of God. They on their TV cursing, getting in the pulpit, talking about they preaching and delivering sermons. And we can't stand up and tell them this is against what we believe in. And while y'all working on that, what could y'all do to come up here and do the right thing? Yeah, Dr. Fontaine, just like they had a deaf ear on Hawaii and North Carolina. I've been through Katrina. Y'all is hard. You people be giving donations to Red Cross and Salvation Army. Just a little bit of it trickles to the bottom. Yeah. Mr. Waldo and them just had a tornado in the nighttime the other day. Struck his niece's house. I like when I called to check on them, they say we got it. We don't worry about the government no more. See what somebody said? The Democrat Republic Party of 1792. Phoenix, after we get through with this, we're gonna show the audience what that person talk about so you can pull it up on the computer. The Democrat Party that divided in the Democrat Republican Party that divided into two pieces. Come on, there's been division in politics. Don't make it look like this the end of the United States. Uh-oh. Phoenix, you want to finish that one up with that one we was on?
Sure. Let's see. Okay. The Ku Klux Klan. Excuse me, I lost my place. White supremacy group has been described by the Southern Poverty Law Center as the most infamous and oldest of American hate groups. The group's heyday may be over, but controversy over Confederate monuments has brought the group back into the spotlight. The debate over Confederate symbols and monuments was reignited in June 2015 after Dylan Roof killed 9 African Americans in a Charleston, South Carolina church in an attempt to start a race war. There are numerous photos on the internet showing Roof's car with an ornamental Confederate license plate and Roof holding the Confederate flag. 1 month after the shooting, the Confederate flag was removed from the South Carolina State House grounds and issue receded. It escalated again in 2017 when a group of about 50 Ku Klux Klan members and other white nationalists rallied to protest the planned removal of a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee from a public park in Charlottesville. The white nationalists were met by a crowd of 1,000 counter protesters. After the rally dispersed, a car plowed into a group near the city's downtown mall, killing a 32-year-old woman. Weeks later, on August 26, 2017, a Baltimore man identified as a Klan Imperial Wizard was arrested and charged with firing a gun during the rally. It was in this atmosphere that Madison Mayor Paul Soltz the removal of 2 Confederate memorials in the city's Forest Hill Cemetery. A total of 100 are buried in the cemetery. After the announcement, a ground-level Confederate West plaque installed in 1981 was removed. The fate of a larger 4-foot-tall monument installed in 1931 has been referred to the Common Council while the debate over what to do with it continues.
Okay.
Soglin's initial order prompted a news release from the Republican Party of Dane County, in which Chairman Scott Graven scolded Soglin for an antiseptic wipe to the memory of American voters.
Okay.
In August 25th, 2017, release went on to cite various historical.
Okay.
What did you say?
In 2017, right, when this happened, we got Obama going out, Trump coming in. You get what I'm saying? Nobody, out of, none of the administration going back to Obama when we had some majority power in the House. Why they didn't bring up some of this injustice stuff, and why didn't they pass laws and hate crime laws that we as people of color could be protected? We talking about Trump. What about we had a black president and his vice president was Biden? Why there's no hate crime bill against us, being protecting us? Why people can call you out of your name and everything and harass you and you don't have nothing to protect you? But everybody else that came to this country after the abuse of the Indians and the people who was released from slavery have not fairly, even after fighting for civil rights, have not properly got representation. That's why people are trying it another way. Okay? And maybe Roland them might say, well, do you think Trump gonna do it? It really doesn't matter because we got 60 years of mental abuse and we need a break. Is that a good way to put that, Phoenix? We need a break. Is that a good way to put that, audience?
Yes, indeed.
We gotta see what's on the other side right now. Okay? What's on the other side? Mr. Waldo, you're right. We ain't never had a president. So somebody said earlier, Mr. Waldo is breaking up families and communities, and I'm here tonight to say, don't break your family up, nor your community behind an election. It ain't worth it. They all are in there to take care of their own agendas. We get lanyap sometimes, but the Democrat Party haven't even given us lanyap. If I was relying only on the Democrat Party for all of what I've accomplished in my area, I wouldn't accomplish nothing. Okay, Phoenix? Stop looking at the color of people's skin. Stop looking at their political party. Look at the content of their heart and their intent on how to deliver to all people. But when we get caught in saying vote for her because she's black and she's a woman, or if the white people say vote for him because he's a man and he's white, then they're gonna be saying, now that's racist, that's Klans. He didn't even say it, and he still got ranked as Hitler. But then we got to go back and see who Hitler learned from. Hitler learned from what we reading about. The Democratic Ku Klux Klan politicians and their agenda is what he patterned after. So don't give us, oh, hell to the Democrats. No, and the Republicans either. Deal with your elected officials on individual basis. They have individual minds, and we need to stop letting what's supposed to be non-biased media direct us down the wrong path. And did y'all see the media was wrong? They polls was wrong. But the Bible told us to go and pray for our leaders. So you should have been on your knees asking God to tell you. And you should have been aligning your agenda. What have been right by God would have been right for everybody, no matter what color, religion, or denomination. All right, y'all, come on. Am I cooking? It ain't burned yet. As you go, eugenics. I fought against that, still is. I fought against Walter Plucker. Before there was the internet, y'all, I knew about Walter Plucker. I knew about Margaret Sanger. And we're going to go back and do some more touch up on some more lines I heard. No, Dr. King was not for abortion because the bill didn't pass. Tell Nixon. Okay, Phoenix? Tell Nixon. I'd have told y'all about Trigger It. They found a way to eliminate the black Indians and the black children from American soil. That's not Planned Parenthood. Dr. King was for Planned Family care because women couldn't get doctor care while they were pregnant. Okay? And infant mortality was high because they couldn't get pre-care. Y'all with me? But y'all, Dr. King was dead in 1973. Y'all remember? He got killed in 68. So how was he for that? He was for Planned Parenthood in the places like down in Delta, Mississippi, and in the fields where the Democrats was working people, not paying them enough to go to a doctor, and then there was no doctors wanting to touch him. Oh, that's what he thought Planned Parenthood was. It wasn't until 1972, 73, when this junk done went crazy. You understand, Phoenix? Like it done went crazy again. Like Margaret Sanger ain't never died. They keep digging her up. All right. But let them make any one of them a saint if they want. Neither one of the parties is. But there are some good people in both parties. There are good people that move from both parties to the middle. Stop painting with a broad brush on this TV because you're affecting other people's minds. Stop telling people that the Democrats, because they lost, that this is the end of America. The end of America is up to God, not you. All right, Phoenix, I'm going to shut up. You want to go to the next one? I'm going to just, because after that, I'm going to jump to another one. Because what I want them to understand, stop trying to feed the people that the Democratic Party have always been a party that took care of black people and everything. No, They was the one fighting to keep you on the plantation. That's what the war was about. The Dixiecrats wanted slaves. And the Republicans, the blue, we're in this blue coat, red coat. Well, up there, coming down with the Republicans being the savior. They got into the whole slave thing, making money, conniving. Tom Ackland told you his grandmother played both sides. It was easy to stick your feather in your hat and call it macaroni. Now, if any of y'all are getting angry because your people might have misvoted because they didn't have the proper information, or your people voted because they voted color or they voted gender, do not let that divide your family. It ain't worth it. You got the next 4 years, and every 4 years, they dish up the same racial anger and hatred. Hey, LaTroy, you right. Jim and Jane Crow. Y'all got, and I'm glad LaTroy on here. Y'all know my son-in-law. LaTroy, see, people got to understand, we sit down and talk as a family. And we ain't going to stop talking to each other because of a political, organizational differences. Because when it all boils down, all we have is us. Do y'all understand this? You go back, you look at the thing on the Diddy news, and you look at the Democrat news, and the same people faces. I told y'all, everybody must have went to the Diddy party on us.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to throw your family away for that. You might get sick in the middle of the night and got to call them to come and get you. You might need $10 to get something to eat, but you ain't speaking to them because you voted Democrat and they voted Republican, so we can't sit down together. Is y'all with me? I really wanted to talk to y'all so bad. So bad. But Mr. Waldo was so correct as usual. Tommy not right because they not going to hear. Me and him sit down and talked about it and we figured it out. If you talk now, they going to say you picked the side because y'all know I stepped out to try to start warning y'all lightly. But I told him I wanted to really get in it, Phoenix. But I didn't want it to get caught up in Trump, Kamala. I'm not worried about Trump neither Kamala. We talking about these doggone parties. You got presidents that was in them parties that's dead and gone, and them parties still doing us in. We ain't got time to worry about the people, worry about the party and its agenda. And you got 4 more years coming up ahead of you and be sitting there dealing with the same thing. If y'all like what we're talking about and cooking over here, send some love. I'm going to let Phoenix go ahead and back and talk. We ain't doing y'all like we normally do, y'all. We only 1 hour and 23 minutes in. Come on now. We just got the pot boiling over. Come on, Phoenix. Let's give them a little more.
I think that people that didn't vote at any other point and decided to this time, hats off to you, kudos to you. And again, in the ninth inning, they tried to blame the black man for not wanting to lift up a black woman.
That's
So
not
they say, and there was no truth to that at all. I think they tried to give it away and say that Trump's presidency was due to the Latino vote. That may be partially true. But one thing I know in my heart is that the so-called black man stood up for his woman,
Yes, he did.
his children, and his family. And they can't minimize that.
No.
Those of us who know, they brought that home. And I want to thank them for protecting my womb, protecting my legacy, protecting my right to be a woman in my house.
Y'all give some salutes to the men that stood up. The real man. Okay? The real man. I want to tell y'all something on what Phoenix just said. Y'all know I've been telling y'all to vote What, 2 years now this show been going on? If you don't vote, you don't have no power to fight back. And the men fought back. And we as women respect that. Because what they try to do is make black women feel that the men don't have our back and we out here on our own.
That's right.
Make the women feel like they the man. Y'all, I had a husband took care of me. I didn't let the government be my husband. Because when the government be your husband, the government rule your house and your children. And it issues you food called food stamps. And it houses you where you don't want to be housed, where you can't excel or make $2 to go up. Now, Troy on here. I'm doing this because, see, I'm not one of these leaders that don't have my family involved. Y'all know Will and all of them be on here. Now, Troy, I tell you, all you got to do is give me some nails or nail guns, some tools, and get my material. And your mother-in-law can build if it ain't nothing but a shack. Am I right, LaTroy? But it's going to look good, ain't it? Because I can build don't make me the man. Are y'all with
That's
me?
right.
I miss Percy working side by side with me after he had his stroke. Because when the two of us came together, we could make things happen. I make it happen, but not as fast as when it was two of us working together as a team. We made it happen twice as faster. Do not let these people tell you, don't let your husband know what you're doing. I did not like Michelle Obama getting on national TV
That was nasty.
in front of little children and telling a woman like we caved in or locked in under our husbands that we go vote and don't tell our husband who we voting for. Woman, who are you? You married to Barack or Barry. Y'all play that junk. But we from a tradition, in my family for sure, where the men stood up for the women. I miss all the old men that's gone. And if you teaching your daughters to keep secrets from their husbands as they get them, you not giving good advice as a woman. Because they are teens.
Amen.
And if one of y'all start keeping secrets, hey, I've been married just about March 29th of May. 50 years. Wow. Keep secrets from each other? That's dishonest. So you had a first lady giving you advice to be dishonest in your own house. So what would she give politically? Talk to me now. Come on, Roller. Like you say, bring it on. This is what you're going to teach to our young people? To live in a house and don't be honest with each other? To be faithful to the outside world that you don't know, that don't take care of you? Don't even write a bill in your favor? And you're going to turn your back on your people for that? Got preachers fighting in the pulpits. I mean, I'm not talking physically. They word slanging. And
Chief,
so,
they still never asked for anything. Roland Martin, none of them pastors, they still didn't ask for nothing with all of that jumping through rings of fire they did,
yeah, Roland did.
promoting.
Yeah, Roland did. He be asking
What?
for money.
Yeah, well, filthy lucre. He
Is
was
he trying
okay with the filthy
to
lucre.
black media, put money in the black media so the black media miseducate the young black people? Wow. Man, you a YouTuber just like us. A content creator. That's what you is, a YouTuber. That will go. Things will say what's going on is like a Chrysler Town car. Town and country. I got one van. He said with a lot of hidden, with a lot of hidden problems. Yeah. But you know what they don't know, Cotton Will? We'll get on this internet. Mr. Walter on here, he know it. And we'll research them suckers day and night to every part. And you would think we licensed mechanics.
Do it yourself. That's right.
And you right, Conwell. That's what we doing with politics. We on there Googling and YouTubing it. How to. And that's what they better do. Because neither one of them got you. If you don't write something to put together to send to Trump, he ain't going to do nothing either. He can't because you didn't ask for nothing. Do y'all understand? The Trump was here the other day. Ask him. Ask Will. She always going to have a packet that she put up to the government. Tomorrow, Phoenix will be at the thing with the renaming to Bonfacott, putting the right name back on it. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
How you love that? I love it.
And Phoenix, you can pull it up on the internet so people know I'm not lying. And it says, it's on page 5, Bonfacott name going up and Slide the other name coming down. Because we
You,
fought.
you
We
want me to go to the city webpage?
is the parish, St. Tammany Parish agenda for
I
tomorrow.
keep forgetting the parish.
I want y'all to understand if you don't fight for something, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Anything. And y'all know what? I told y'all we only have one Democrat, 13 Republicans. The chair is a Republican. Y'all done saw him on my show. He not no racist. And he was raised in New Orleans.
Well, I met a lot of your people out there, Chief. And I will say this, whether they was racist or not at any point in time, they all down to do the right thing by their community. That type of unity when you're sitting there talking to Democrats and independents and Republicans and everybody want to get the right thing done,
You saw
that
him.
means something.
You saw
I
Liz.
got something special out there in Slidell.
You saw
That
Arthur.
whole city felt like a big hug full of love.
And I don't appreciate the broad painting of all people who vote a certain way is a racist and Hitler.
Oh, we've been called coon and we've been called worse things than that.
They come with one face. I'm gonna show us what.
We got called Nazis. We got called Hitler.
Yes, look, I'm gonna come off so it get a little bigger, okay, Phoenix? I'm finna show them something again. What teamwork can do, and Phoenix is good at it. Y'all better listen to her because she can help you. I got so much going on out there, and I ain't got a Democrat helping me. Okay, and I ain't asking for no money. Phoenix, I'm fixing to go on a little big screen because today I did let them know that I have received the packet. All right.
Amen.
I'm coming where I can let y'all see it again. Here's the packet, Dr. Fontaine. See it, see it, see it. See, because things, they worked on it, they need to at least see it, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Here is the petition. I'm doing this because Phoenix say somebody said there is no real petition. What a docket number. Well, here it is. Y'all see? Hey, hold up. There's two parts too. The pages is front and back. See the stack? If you work in the office, you pretty much can count the pages and estimate how many it is. This is front and back signatures, Phoenix. This is what
Mm.
it look like. 100,000 we can do, just like we did 10,000. Y'all didn't hear what I said, huh? To get to 100,000, we just got to keep doing this. How many times?
10 more times.
Y'all did this. Now I want y'all to light up that screen for me. Clapping and love. Y'all did this. Y'all did. And I done already contacted the Congressman office. I done already told him I don't want to start nothing. Like I told him Phoenix when I went brought the other packet. I don't want to start nothing till after everybody's sworn in. Yeah, you signed the petition. Let me tell y'all something. Now Phoenix and I fixing to put a packet together, and Sharon and Mr. Waldo. That's going to go in-depth history. And I got some facts to add to it, Phoenix. And the petition is ready to go. Y'all see what y'all did? We in it together. Did any of these media people that was forcing or telling you how to vote, do y'all think, how many of y'all think signed that petition, Phoenix? They can't even sign a petition. I'm gonna tell you how to vote.
Right.
I looked today a little bit, I'm gonna look again, but I didn't see Roland Martin. I didn't see Barack Obama. I didn't see Michelle Obama. I didn't see Maxine Waters. Y'all want me to keep going on? I didn't see Hughley. I didn't see Ricky Smiley. Y'all want me to go on? So you can easily tell them, I'm going to vote for her. Oh, I did not see Kamala Harris. I did not see Tim Walz. And that petition is like a vote for us. Do y'all hear me? Now let them root, root, squeak, squeak, meow, meow, that. Okay? You didn't sign our petition. Come
And
on.
that petition is for the people. It's for the people. We didn't leave anybody out.
Now, and we ain't talking about no black people. We don't care if they fraternities, sorority, preachers, politicians, cement finisher, bricklayer, dog catcher, fry, burger flipper. And they got a category. They stop at middle income. Where is middle income? They so out of touch. There is no middle income. And they only talk today fraternity, sorority, and churches. Not us. Not us. What somebody say? I don't know. I haven't got a response from Yvette. But y'all know, Chief, I can do the pot and I can short order by myself. Okay? I open my hand to say we're not enemies with the foundational nor the ADOS. Okay? That's not our agenda. We actually got the same issue, lack of representation. But I can tell you this. When they ask you who you vote for, ask them did they sign the petition. Ask them. You know what they're going to say? What petition? Because they're not involved in your lives to know what you're trying to do. All right, let's get back to these Ku Klux Klans. I brought the petition out for you so they know we got a right to speak. And y'all on here have a right to say something because you signed a petition. You wouldn't have to sign a petition if they've been listening to us. They would invite us to the White House or the Congress like they do the ones in their clique. So since we ain't in your clique, we clapped. That's it. But I'm not scared of Trump. All them done partied with Trump. Uh-huh. Got his money. And now they talking about it. Because he not a Democrat. They ain't turned his money down before. Why you turning it down now? See, y'all don't understand. All right, things. We got one more good one to go. Well, we got two more, but we're going to let them go after this one. But let's get this one up here. I think that's the right one. If not, I got to click the other one. Internet moving slow tonight for some reason, y'all. What y'all say about the show tonight? You know, even on here, if you disagree with me, you can tell me. This ain't one of them shows that you got to say what I say, do what I do. All I ask you to do in this here room is give 100% respect because even children watches our show. Okay. All right, Phoenix. I think that was the one we did with Ulysses Grant. Not after that one right now. We did the plaque. We got one more to go. Why they don't want us to be free? Why they don't want us to have the freedom to vote when that's what we were fighting for in the past? What's the difference in a white person, black person, or whoever trying to control our freedom to vote? That's why it's a curtain or a blocker when you go in to vote. I told you all. That's your personal business. Your family, or like with me with the tribe, we discuss. I discuss it with y'all because y'all asked to be a part of the family. Okay? I want y'all to know this. Okay, here's the one I want, Phoenix, right here. I'm finna come back with it. Cause this is gonna touch a little bit on what we was talking about. And I just don't know why all these smart, college educated people just seem not to know that the Democrats was Klan as well. Or should I say the founding fathers. And then we're gonna get to the Republican Party. And we gotta touch on what they did too. But let's go back to 1924. Okay, Phoenix? A lot was going on, y'all remember, in the birth of the new nation and all that stuff. A lot was going on in 1924. What you got, Phoenix? And somebody put on there misleading. That's not misleading. But this is the way they're going through the internet trying to debunk what they did. Now, what you can do, and I want y'all to do, just go back to 1924 Democratic Convention. Okay? So I want y'all to know when y'all find stuff on the internet, download it. Because they doing like them fake Indians that got uh, 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 um, recognition. They going out there and they debunking stuff, and the media doing it along with them. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Like the media lied on this election. They lied so much that they lied to Camilla and made her think she had them won. I understand that she couldn't come out last night. She was lied to by the top entertainers and the top news media and the top politicians of the United States. And don't let them lie to us like that. Okay? All right. Um, let's go to Wall Street. But you know, even though they tearing stuff out the newspaper and hiding it and marketing it and trying to debunk it, Phoenix, they can't get rid of everything. Okay, Phoenix, I'm finna put one up for you. And this is just recently. You know, the Jewish people had a right to say what they said because they know we all share the same problem. Because they've been after them since they've been after us. Are y'all with me? Now I'm fixing to bring it on home, and I wanted to invite somebody on so we can see what y'all thinking about tonight. But let me come up here with this. So instead of talking about stupid stuff on the election, let's talk about what really happened then and what's happening now. Because they really think some people dumb and we don't read. Here you go, Phoenix. This is what we just went through in this election. Nothing new. Nothing new. Oh, let me tell you where I got this from before they get rid of it. And this was in 2023. And this here come from Washington Post. Phoenix, can you see it?
The Democratic Party's sordid past on race. Its members play the race card for or against groups based on prevailing political winds.
Whoa, is that what we just went through?
Sure did.
This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. That's why I don't want to come with that Trump joke. Come on, things. I'm a kind of like bring our audience on, but I want them to see. So if any of them come over here with some mess, we can let them know. Sorry, Charlie, but this been going on, and you're using the same words now that been used in the past. Go ahead, Finn.
In the Democrats' anti Semitism, Wonderland, November 2nd, Daniel Henninger examines the rupture of the Democratic Party that has pit pro Israel liberals against an ascendant progressive wing that accuses Israel of ethnic cleansing and genocide. He provides a brief history lesson on the Nazis and the Holocaust that began 90 years ago and implies that members of the party under Franklin D. Roosevelt then would be appalled by today's anti-Semitic views. But let's not give the Democratic Party of the 1930s a pass on anti-Semitism. Jonah Goldberg's 2008 book, Liberal Fascism, is a useful primer for understanding the thin line that separates fascists from the far left. Adolf Hitler and many Nazi leaders were socialists before they began prioritizing nationalism and racial purity. You gotta go with it.
What you say about it, Phoenix?
And it looked like a Jew wrote that book talking about liberal fascism. I might check it out.
What y'all
With
say about
respect to the ethnic cleansing and genocide, I believe that's happening. I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Palestinian situation going on
eugenics?
right now.
They did to the Indians and the blacks of America. I mean, blacks. I'm gonna use that word foundational, ADOS, whatever you want to call yourself. If you were voting for this junk the other day,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you was voting for, to do your own demise. That's what we've been doing. Do y'all see it? If you see it, give me a sign. Show some love. If you learned something tonight, because you may know somebody that was talking about, I'm a liberal. You ain't know liberal and fascism means doing your own self in, did you? Did you? Yes, history repeating itself, Noreen. Yes, it is. I voted for Trump too, whoever that was. JJ, I did too, and I'm not ashamed. I voted against that. I didn't vote for her nor him. I voted against that.
That's right.
Stop voting people and deal with issues. Understand what you're up against. But the Democrats said Trump is a Hitler. The Hitler tag was put to the Democrats by, like I think it just said, by another Jewish person. Isn't that something? Y'all can go get that book. I just want you to see. And because we waking up and deciding not to be caught in our own demise, they angry. And families is gonna divide. Maybe your family voted Democrat because nobody told them from the pulpit, which there's a lot of preachers that's really teaching it now. But they ain't stopped by Chief Warhorse. I tell my people now they vote for who they want. They are free people. They are not slaves. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? How long are we gonna fight against ourselves? How long? How long we gonna let them use civil rights leaders and make us think these civil rights leaders fought against us? I stopped with Obama. I'm with JJ again. Obama woke me up. Now, don't get me wrong, I knew the history, but I thought there was chances and hope. And I don't like jumping churches, and I didn't like jumping parties, and I don't jump organizations. I try to stay stable. I don't move from place to place, none of that. Get a car, I try to keep it till the wheels start saying chinka chanka chunka. But I have to get out that car. And when Obama and Michelle said she laid in her bed trying to figure why. See, y'all, I listen to everything people say. I listen at both sides and the in between too. She said, I lay in my bed and I wonder what happened. You ain't been coming over cooking with Chief so she could serve you up some gumbo. We got 4 years and they're going to be organizing to make a comeback. Right now, they somewhere in the back room drinking, crying, and asking each other who did it and blaming each other. They all at fault, coming out arrogant. They ain't done nothing for nobody. If y'all enjoyed the show, give me some applause. Phoenix, you got anything on closeout? Oh, so,
Again, I just wanted to thank our brothers for standing on business. It's a beautiful thing. I'm feeling the love. They can't minimize it. I know what y'all did, and I appreciate y'all. We couldn't have did this without y'all.
that's right. And y'all, I thank y'all that Cooking with Chief was accepted by y'all that we could make a small portion of an impact for our people not to walk out ignorant when they go vote, no matter what party. Okay? But Phoenix, did we cover the part that the Democrat, the Ku Klux Klan went against white and black Republican leaders? I don't think I showed that part, huh?
Oh no, ma'am.
All right, I gotta get that too, because I'm giving y'all history. We serve history over here in this here restaurant. Can't leave without giving you that. That'll make a nice closure, Phoenix. Yes, it will. Just hold up, wait a minute. Because I don't want them to think that we don't know what we talking about over here. Because yes, we do. Let me find this here little dinner for you to add as a sideliner to your plate. Because what people don't understand, these people that lied too much. So we done dealt with the anti-Semitic and all of that. And that one. I think this one is PBS. Nope, not that one. And see if y'all notice, I'm going where they can understand we ain't dumb. We know what we're talking about. I want them to know that. I could take it deeper, but we ain't even got enough time. That's why I say we might have to do another part. I think this is it here. Yeah, I think this is it. Let me see. Yep, this is it. Here it comes, Phoenix. Alrighty. Coming back up with one. Hey, y'all, Chief getting good at bringing that stuff to y'all. Social media is the bomb. All right. We haven't passed our normal time and we done did some good. We only had an hour and 54 minutes. I'm breaking my own record. All right, Phoenix, here we go. See down there on that next one, right up here, read that part and go to the next one. So that's another thing that show you this ain't new what they doing.
Founded in 1866, the KKK extended into almost every southern state by 1870 and became a vehicle for white Southern resistance to the Republicans' Party Reconstruction. Era policies aimed at establishing political and economic equality for blacks. Its members waged an underground campaign of intimidation and violence directed at white and black Republican leaders. Though Congress passed legislation designed to curb Klan terrorism, the organization saw its primary goal, the reestablishment of white supremacy, fulfilled with Democratic victories in state legislatures across the South in the 1870s.
All right. That's a good closure, huh, Phoenix?
Yes, indeed.
And we seeing that happening right now, and they thought they had repeated that and got whipped. What y'all say? Voting for the wrong reason, fella. That's what we've been doing. Now, if they would have been teaching this, all of these celebrities didn't have to go up there, they didn't have to pay nobody 10 million, they didn't have to pay nobody 3 million. If they would have just came on and taught this, and there's a Republican side to it too, but I wanted y'all to see black and white Republican leaders that have been intimidated now the violence from the Democratic Party again. And I think the Democratic Party is coming out their playbook, from the past. Okay? And this time it didn't work. Okay? I see somebody putting the states there. That's good, baby. So if you want to know why the blacks was in the Republican Party back then, things because the Democrat Party was trying to take out the Christians, the Jews, the black and white Republican leaders and people. If y'all learned something tonight, you know, throw a hand up that you got. And I want to know you learned it. Throw me a hand up, you got it. Thank you for the donation. Um, Throw your hand up, please, if you understand. If everybody start giving $1, this channel will rule itself. Yeah, $1. We don't need sponsors. We don't need advertisement. $1 adds up to keep the channel going. That's right, the Dixiecrats. I see hands going up. There you go, Cotton Will. You say you got it. Let me see some. Yeah, throw the hand up. Throw the hand up. That's right. The Democrats could have passed an executive order to outlaw the Ku Klux Klan, but why would they, baby? Come on now, LaTroy. If they would have passed it, they'd have been messing themselves up. And that's why Obama didn't pass nothing either. So it's time for us to try the other side. This side been running since 1866. Huh? 1866. Throw your hands up. Throw your hands up. I want to see some hands go up. You're right, LaTroy. One and the same. But I just want people to understand so they don't think, because they want to make you think you voted for a racial person because you didn't vote Democrat. Now, you can go back and tell them, go to Birth of a Nation, Part 3, Democrat, Republicans, and the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, Jamal, we ought to jump over there for real. You want to get over into that 1877 next. We have made our first step, and the men led us. Young men. I saw a young man. I'm not gonna call his name, but he said he watched my show. I don't want to do that to him, but I will say this. This young man said, I'm a frat brother, but ain't nobody gonna tell me to vote against myself. I've been to college, I have 2 degrees. Can't get a decent job with 2 degrees. Young man. So he didn't vote against himself. He voted Trump. If Trump don't do nothing, it won't be no worse than what we done got for 60 years. Won't be no worse. We left the Republicans for this. The Republicans needed the black leaders. They were there for them. When they thought they were situated, they didn't do no more for them. And Fannie Lou Hamer say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, let me do it for you. We sick and tired, Democrat Party, of being sick and tired. We can't eat hope. We can't eat joy. We can't eat fun. And these are the kind of things that hurt. Can't pay our bills with it. Can't pay our health insurance, car insurance, house insurance. Can't pay your house note with it. We need more than joy. We want God's joy. Unspeakable joy. This ain't no unspeakable joy that y'all gave to us. Pain and suffering. Make believe. Illusions. Camilla ought to feel tonight how that Democrat Party can give you an illusion of what they're going to do and how it's going to work, and you're going to win and build you up just for you to fall flat on your face like she did. But she got to remember, and I want to close on this. I'm going to tell you why I didn't vote for her. Because she was bold enough years ago to say, like I told y'all a while back, when asked what was she going to do for black people, she said, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people. No! So our men and black women, that's real men and real women, we told her on the voting machine, I ain't voting for you because you're a black woman. No! If you is one. Because we as an Indian still trying to prove we are Indian. But we got black people like Roland, and they ain't helped the black Indian. They helping an Indian from another country. But they ain't helped us, and they ain't signed our Indian petition. Well, Roland. Well, Kamala. Well, all of y'all, especially the president of the United States named Barack Obama and his wife, the First Lady Michelle. You had an opportunity to help us. You didn't. Now you got the audacity for y'all to tell us what to do. Baby, go to sleep. Maybe you'll wake up in your own fantasy land, in your own mansion. Because y'all set for the rest of your life, your grandchildren, and your great-great-grandchildren. And Oprah, you help more white people. But you thought you could tell them what to do like you think you could tell black people what to do. Go buy them some more houses and cars. Go build stuff in other countries. You ain't done nothing in this country for the people that voted against this election. Put that in y'all pipe and smoke it. Y'all keep peace out there. Don't let hatred enter your heart because of no election. And if you and your family had misunderstanding about this election, tell them we don't have time for that. There's a bigger road ahead. And we're going to do better in the next 60 years. Because we're not falling for it no more. Malcolm tried to tell people, watch them entertainers. White folks don't have entertainers telling them what to do. You didn't see them over there with that Republican Party. You better go vote. You better do. White folks don't do that to white folks. But these so-called black elite tried it. And the black men say, we're going to show you better than we can tell you. And we women say, we're going to follow y'all to the poll and put our stamp on it too. Yep, and the cure. Yep. That is not going to work the next 4 years. My advice to you all, get together. If y'all drink wine like y'all always talking about, you know, like that dude at his little club, the one that Cat Williams called the shot. Yeah, Cat Williams called the shot on 2024. Shout out to Cat Williams. You ain't missed nothing, Cat Williams. Y'all need to give Cat Williams a shout out. He laid a path so that we didn't get caught shock when it started happening. He warned us it was coming. 2024 was hot. I can't wait to see 2025. And the ones of y'all that got to jump because y'all was at a Diddy party, that's your business. No matter what field you come from, that was your choice. If you wanted to sell yourself, do whatever to get all that you can get, I'm not paying the price for you, baby. That was your thrill, and it was your will to do it. With that, Chief gonna send y'all plenty love. Y'all can send it out with showing some love to me. Phoenix, we're gonna have to come back with a part 4 because J Moore brought up a important date. We got the other important date to deal with.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna shut up, Phoenix, and you done did a lot of reading, so you know I'm like this. Um, you can go ahead on and you can pull out what you saw tonight, what we done brought to them and dished up, served it up. What you think if the leaders would have been leading and showing these facts? What you think the election would have been from the last 60 years? How you think people would have felt? I'm gonna shut up. Come back at me, Phoenix.
I think if people would have had the information or did the proper research, um, I think things would have been a lot different. The last 60 years, super important with respect to the civil rights acts and all that you all did. And for it to just go on deaf ears for a couple of generations is beyond me. I think a lot of them owe us an apology. Um, but I know they too smart and too educated to do that. So uh, they're not going to come clean with it. I'm just hoping people do what's right for America, irrespective of color. Show some respect to the Indians. Show some respect to the people of color. We done had a long ride. We done kept our cool. Still good people. We still the soul people. And I think that's important. Keeping your soul,
I want to
right?
bring. That's keeping your soul. That's all we got, baby. They took everything, stole everything from us. They can't steal your soul. You got to give it to them. We're not doing that. I,
That's
I,
right.
I want to say so. They wanted me to bring some, drop the link. Gator said, drop the link. Okay, Gator, I'm coming with it. My thing is, Phoenix, what they fail to realize. I missed one more thing that I should have talked about a little bit. I'm just going to touch on it and I will close while I'm dropping this link over there for who's coming on stage. We let them trick us with um, deleting babies and changing genders. And I want to go back on this gender changing thing. How can a woman vote against herself, getting a job or a raise that she's willing to give to a white man because he can put a dress on and take the raise and you don't get the promotion, nor the money, nor the job? Okay, do that make sense to y'all? And that's what's happening when you say a white man can be a woman. A white man controlled this country from the beginning of their time of invading this place. He wrote the rules in his favor, and Barack Obama seen that he needed equal opportunity to be a minority because he suffered, and he found it within his heart to override the Bible. And he had the power and authority from someone to override God and say a man could be a woman and put a law that we can't say nothing about. Barack, that's another reason, baby. You think I'm gonna fight myself as a woman? And I'm gonna get a white man leverage over me? He already got leverage over you. Oops, I forgot. You only half, huh? Oops. So I'm not half white. Okay, so I can't jump sides to my other side and live convenient like you. And a white man can always get him a black woman. And when he get him a black woman, a white man and a black woman is the freest thing they say was in America. Well, Michelle, since everybody throwing darts out there, let me pitch mine. You got a half a white man. Kamala got a whole white man. And ain't now one of them my man. And I don't want them. So y'all tell your men stay where they at. Okay? All right, we're going to bring the doctor on here, Phoenix. Uh, head to the stage. The doctor going to tell me about the show tonight.
I'll see you, Doc.
How you doing?
OCO Chief.
Look,
OCO
hey,
Mom.
hey, I got my coke, okay?
I'm
Nobody said they
glad
got
you did,
look,
Chief. I
ain't
gotta
nobody
still
said they
send you
got
something
coke.
else too.
Look, Nobody can say they got a Coke delivered to them to the door that far. All right. Now,
I'm glad you got it.
tell me what you say about the show.
Uh, it was a smorgasbord. I felt like I was at Old Country Buffet, Chief.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Um, I, I always resonate when you talk about Katrina. Um, just because we got shared experience with that. I was down there as well. That's when I was in my military days. And
It was terrible down here.
I'm sorry.
It was terrible down here. My heart go out for Florida, Georgia, and Carolina, all 6 of the states. My heart go out for them.
It sure does. Mine's too.
You don't never recover. I've never recovered my house or none of that. So some people will never recover. But
Absolutely.
in my heart, doctor, I helped a lot of people. Okay, and by the time I got ready to recover, the door time had closed. And I'm not ashamed of that. And if I have to do it again, I will. But to see them raise billions of dollars for an election, and whatever they raised on the other side, millions of billions. Now, just one side bragged about they over $1 billion so much. I think that money would have made a greater impact helping the people in that storm than paying for time on the internet and on TV and still lost the race. Okay? That
Absolutely.
spent, and maybe we as voters, if she would have took that money, the Democrat Party really, because it wasn't our money, it went into the Democrat Party. But if the Democrat Party would have took that money and said we're going to go down there and we're going to help these 6 states and try to help them recover quicker, we might have would have voted a little stronger because we saw it went deeper than an election commercial. 10 million and 3 million to entertainers, and the list go on, and to the media millions. That money could have went to help people, and she got the attention even more. But she never been through a Katrina. Okay, she don't understand recovery. And like I say, taxation without representation. They gave those people $750. Man, $750 after something like that. And you got your family, you need food, somewhere to sleep, you need clothes. $750. That lost a lot of votes in those areas. So maybe the Democrat Party need to take time off and go do a little research and little mind, powwowing of the mind a little bit and see where they've been going wrong for 60 years. Now I'm gonna shut up. Talk to me, doctor. What you want me to do? I got the petition.
I just
I,
wanted to take a quick moment, if you don't mind, Chief. I did want to shout out State Representative Carol Kazim.
thank
Um,
you.
she was very instrumental, her and her staff, her legislative aide, Will Jones. Um, they were very instrumental in helping me collate and format and get the Excel cells and everything in order. Shout out to Professor Dean too. He was very instrumental, UIHS, in helping us getting that printout. So I just wanted to take that moment to acknowledge them because
Picture come up on the camera, okay? Because it's on her back. Can I make it come up on the camera? Let's share a little bit. Let me see.
yes, ma'am. It's almost if you ever held like a ream of paper, it's probably about three quarters of that.
All right,
And
there
if
she
it was,
see
oh
her.
yeah, there she is. Yes, that's State Rep Cuisine. We love her here in Lenape Hocking.
So okay, y'all, that packet came from her in the packet with her name on it. Okay. For those who told Phoenix it don't exist, sorry, Charlie. And I made a call to the congressman office today, and they told me to deliver it at my convenience. Okay, so we're gonna get together, Phoenix and a couple of teams, and finish up the cover letters and cover packet dealing with the misclassification on and off reservation. Okay, it need to be investigated deeply, and there need to be a plan put together for people who came from these areas where black Indians was removed through tricks of jobs and all of this type stuff. Go to Michigan for a job, go to Chicago for jobs, and lost their land. Some of y'all looking for 40 acres and a mule when you still got land patents for heirs and a sign forever. And that's what you need to be concentrating on. Your people once was an electoral vote. And while we don't have the power, they took our electoral vote. Do y'all understand that after tonight? Doctor, do you understand what I was saying tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
If we would have had our land and kept our electoral and the immigrants wouldn't have took it from us, we'll had a voice in the election. Okay? But the immigrants vote now. So immigrants are gonna make laws for immigrants. And everything was running on the slate on the Democratic side looked like were immigrants who was not thinking about us who are foundation to this place. Y'all understand that? Stop looking for an Indian tribe and look for your paperwork. Find your way back home. You know, people say, I went to Oklahoma, and when they say this here, Dr. Fontaine, I want to say, I went to Oklahoma, but they wouldn't let me in because they took it from you. You think they're going to give it back to you? That's like us going vote Democrat because they're going to help us. Have they helped us yet? But here's a representative. He just told y'all, put her name in the chat room and tell her we salute her because that was a vote with the petition. She voted already. Do y'all understand that? And we got representatives down here gonna stick with us. Let the world know when we have a good leader up there sticking with us at the bottom when nobody else won't hear us. She gave us a seat at the table, Dr. Fontaine. And you tell her thank you, and we're gonna respect that seat she gave us to communicate with her with. This is a national issue. This is not local issues. We have national issues, and we need senators and congressmen to give us some respect. And any one of them that I voted for, I'm going to them because I voted for you, and it's time for you to vote for us. Dr. Fontaine, you got the floor and say whatever you want, baby. There you go, LaTroy. We're going to have more political people representing foundational people because we're going to come together and do it the right way. You don't go cursing, screaming, and hollering. Give them the respect, and you got to help them be educated to what they need to help you with. You know, I saw, and I'm going to close, Noreen, I promise, but I got to say this because I'm not a two-faced and hypocritical person, so I want to say it on here. I tried to reach, what's his name? Richards. I tried to reach Cedric Richardson since he was in office with Obama. Cedric Richardson was from Louisiana. I don't know what they thought he was going to do. Cedric Richardson's attitude toward people that's not something he can step on to get to another level mean nothing. I looked at him last night when Camilla couldn't come face the people because they had pumped her up. He looked like a man been crying for a month. But I gotta say this too. Mr. Richardson, I don't want to leave you out. You gotta have your due credit too. You ain't do nothing when you was in there for us here in Louisiana. How in the heck you gonna come out to tell us to do something for somebody else? It's report card time. I know they listen to us because all of them on their shows, rolling all of them, they cooking and serving up history. Who you serve this up?
It's about that time of the year, when you got to have parent-teacher conferences, and that usually happen like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's report card time. You're absolutely right, Chief.
We're going to start calling y'all out for not doing for the people. And y'all thought your L, B, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever else there is. You thought it was more of them than it was of us. And y'all also thought It was more carnal mind people than godly mind people. But don't forget, the Abrahamic people covers more than one religion. Y'all listening at me? And they went out there
Yes,
with the
indeed.
Abrahamic people. So now you got the Jews, the Catholic, everything, the Protestant. Come on now. You didn't know we a family of confusion? We the remnants of Israel and Israel. We got enough family bickering for thousands of years. We don't need nobody to give us their problem. And what you actually saw, and stop saying white Christians is not a Christian, because they've been showing a better Christian life than some of the black ones. But what you did is made those who are believers, let me change it and just take away all the other titles. They made the believers come together, y'all. And that was a good thing. Sometimes people got to put fire on you for you to run. But the good thing is, we had somewhere to run. And we ran to the foundation of the Word of God and the promise of Abraham from God. That was a contract. Y'all contract breakers over there. And we the ones trying to hold to the contract. I don't need no license. Roland said he went to theology school. You mean he didn't learn you don't come up against God and his people? God gives people sticks, make them part fees. You give them boats. No read over there. Yeah, he give a little boy a little rock, bring a giant down. You gonna go on TV and try to threaten people? But what's coming? Well, let me tell you something. Did you read from Genesis to Revelation? Have you learned when you come up against the children of God? They have earthquakes and storms and floods. Don't y'all see it happening all around us? Nature talking to y'all. Y'all the one better get right. Y'all the one better repent. Y'all the one need to tell the people you've been doing wrong and taking advantage and becoming millionaires and billionaires. Talking about you taking care of the poor. Robbing the collection plate is what you're doing. I see somebody else wanting to come on. You're welcome to come on stage. When I let you on stage, we don't curse, but you're willing to say you're in agreement or disagreement. Here you go. Are you on stage?
I just want to say one thing, Chief. This text I just seen from Elon. First one, he said, legacy media is dead. Long live citizen journalism. The U.S.
Right.
presidential campaign was further proof of what Elon Musk has repeatedly been predicting. Citizen journalism is overtaking traditional media.
That's
Then he
right.
says, the reality of this election was plain to see on X. While most legacy media lied relentlessly to the public, you are the media now.
That's
Post your
right.
thoughts and observations on X. Correct others when wrong, and we will have at least one place in the world where you could come and find the truth.
All right. I would like to give a shout out to Elon Musk. They took anybody
What's going on?
Anybody step up to become a target for him. Elon Musk, if you could hear me at the sound of my voice, thank you for helping the people in the storm when they could not get communication. I understand through Katrina how hard communication can be, and it can cost many lives without fast communication. Thank you, Elon Musk, from Chief Warhorse. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want your money. But if it's ever a storm, keep doing what you're doing. And I'll one day meet you at one of those storms. Because I also believe in to give help with what I have. I don't have the money, but I have the knowledge and I have the will. And you put your money to work and the rest of them didn't. Thank you, Elon Musk. And thanks for giving us a place to have freedom of speech. As a civil rights leader, I need my marching freedom. I need my speaking freedom. I need my gun freedom. Come on, man. Ain't too many billionaires stepping up like you. And I salute you. Go ahead, next caller.
How you doing? This is my first time on the show. I know Phoenix Moon personally from African Americans Ain't African, and I was just tuning in tonight, coming in from a long drive from Washington D.C., learning up on my family genealogy and things of that nature. And you said a lot of interesting stuff here tonight. Like me and my family was building on it, talking about like this whole election idea, and we didn't go with the bread and circus like most people did. We went for like Cornell West as the presidential candidate because like what are these two parties offering? Like what we looked at, like the policies dealing with Cornell West, he was actually offering things that could help the black community, like raising minimum wage up to $23 because we're all living under like this whole pension pennies thing with $7 an hour. And um, he also offers some things to help out black American women, but they didn't push him with the media stuff. They wanted to push Kamala Harris as this black American woman.
It's correct. And you know what's bad? Him and Kennedy. It's hard for people like that, and even Stein, Jill Stein. The Democrat and the Republican have us held. I want to say this to you all. We held hostage between one or the other because otherwise you don't get electorials. Y'all listen to what I'm saying? Now, if we could raise
Mm,
up with a majority popular vote, we got something. But otherwise, they got us blocked out the electorials. It's time we start talking on that because both of
Yes,
it is
man.
plantation, okay?
mm-hmm.
And what, we just jumping from plantation to plantation. We came from the Republican
Yes.
plantation, jumped on the Democrat plantation. Now we jumping back on the Republican. And I also, my son-in-law, he'll tell you, I was going to vote for Cornell, but they took him off most of the ballots. You
Mm,
know, he didn't have a fair shot. And if we don't start educating like we doing over here, that's what I want y'all to know. I'm a civil rights leader that I've always talked the way I'm talking right now. In my,
mm-hmm.
okay, I'm most probably the poorest leader in the United States because it ain't about money. How do we keep getting poor leaders becoming rich without a job? Never had a job. Cornel West
Mm,
is a professor. He have a job. But we keep getting Barack, from my understanding, had a little job, jumped from a little job to politics. The people trusted him in Chicago to help uplift Chicago. Him and Michelle,
mm,
what they self and they family, they goes in the country, put them in Washington on for hard work, and yes, we can. And it was yes, him,
mm.
his wife, and his two children could, not us. Yes, they. We still back
From
in
what I remember, like the Obama administration, um, he wasn't even like a black American. They was pushing him as if he was. He's actually an Indonesian Hawaiian citizen. He ain't even raised in the culture like that. He uh, studied our stuff once he reached college.
all right.
He ain't been around black Americans like that, and supposedly his daddy Kenyan. That ain't even the same ethnic group of blacks. So he's a, if we're gonna consider his African heritage, he's a Nilot,
You
and
know,
none of them Nilotic people like West Africans or Central Africans. They don't even like black Americans.
so that's correct. And let's look at it another way. So what was he doing? The coach to show Camilla how to trick us like he tricked us?
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna show, look, I did it, you can do it.
Singing Al Green at the AME church and getting these pastor Negroes and these sorors and Greek fraternities and elderly Negroes fall in love with him just because he's skin folk. It's a Negro,
But
it's a wolf in nigger skin.
But
one
guess
thing I
what?
wanted to point out too is now that we identified that, right, how does that translate into policy?
Here it go.
How it
right?
translates into
Because
policy.
the one thing that he showed us, the one thing that Barry showed us very early on, remember when he was president elect and there was that big subprime mortgage bailout, and remember when he bailed out the banks? Well, simultaneously he was supposed to be bailing out quote unquote black unions in Illinois, and because he didn't, Governor Rob Blavoyevich, you can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he was boycotting and sanctioning the Bank of America because Barry did not come through. And at that time, the government of Illinois had about a billion, excuse me, with a B, in the Bank of America. You know what Barry did? In retaliation, got him indicted by the FBI. Yeah, yes, he
Mm-hmm.
did. I'm gonna go find it for you. I'm gonna put
What
it in
I
the chat.
remember from
So
the
that's how that
Obama
translates to
administration,
policy.
because at that time I was in high school and middle school when had his whole 8 years. So when I remember him, I remember he tried to erase like these racial terms that define us, that would place us back in the research and the
Right.
Indian stuff, because
And
HR
he tried to remove
4238. Yes.
Oriental.
remove the
He
word
tried to
Negro.
remove.
Okay, he the one wanted them to strike
Mhm.
Negro. That's why you got African American coming out and everything, because he passed that. He couldn't pass nothing to help us, but he could write something to say take Negro off of everything. See, because when you took
Yeah.
Negro off,
Mhm.
He
He
took
also.
American Indian, he took Negro, he took Puerto Rican. He
who
replaced
was he
it with
working for?
Native American. He replaced Puerto Rican with Hispanic, and he replaced Negro with African American. So a whole bunch of people identities
Yeah.
changed, and nobody was mad except us.
And people didn't understand how their grandparents had all these different name changes and their great grandparents. You are living in a time when it's happening again. Okay, eugenics is on the move again. Okay, so the perfect woman
Mhm.
is not about a color, but a perfect woman is a man. The perfect man is a woman. And Barack Obama
Oh, and they had that Katandri Brown up there on stage talking about she ain't know what a woman was.
wasn't that stupid. Ain't nothing bring forth life but the earth, Mother Earth, and a mother's womb. I don't care what they go get put into them, whatever. You still not a woman, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Still not a man. But I want to tell y'all this. I think I told y'all this, but I want you to understand this. Barack Obama was put in. Latroy said about the elite. I saw it when it went by, Latroy. I'm coming back on it. This is what happened, Latroy. You correct. He was put in there for the elite. But he wasn't put in there just for the elite. He was also put in there for the alphabet soup. Okay? And see, we don't serve up alphabet soup over here. Anybody want to go get it is somewhere, but not over here. If you like that, I don't discriminate against nobody, but you're not going to take what you do and change the world to fall to your knees. And that's what Barack did. So the white man couldn't make himself a minority because everybody would have rose up in the country.
Mm-hmm.
They must have sit down and said, what good Negro that's lazy, don't want to work, want to get rich, got an image of a wife and family, and if we can get that Negro in there, then that Negro can make us a minority. I wonder if that's what's happening. Because, he speaks very well. They shopped around and found an intelligent man of color, but he wasn't us. He was
Mm-hmm.
put in to sign that bill for the white man to be a woman. Nobody could say the white man did it because it was a half white man did it. And that's what we need to bring. They took a half a white man to make a whole white man or woman. Is that a good way to put that, y'all?
Mm. That's crazy.
Yeah, and all this
Yeah.
junk identity on children birth certificates. We
Uh-huh.
address. You were saying something, Dr. Fent. Dr. Fent, we got to make sure they keep identity on birth records.
And Chief, this is something that within academia, because I work with non-binary, trans, professors, and they also understand where I stand in terms of genealogy, and that it's never coming from a place of disrespect, right?
Got what you say.
Um, but
Mine's
one thing that I always make clear is that yes, we have to, for our purposes as American Indians and for our posterity, it's very important for us to keep things like gender on there.
yes,
Once
it is.
again, not to
No,
disrespect anybody, but
no, that's paper genocide to us.
absolutely.
Okay, you can't be an Indian if you can't prove it, but you can't prove it because they removed it.
Mm.
You gotta address those things,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Because it's gonna be worse
Hmm.
for generations. All
Another
right?
form of paper genocide is we went to several museums over this year alone, and they like divided up into different bits. Like they'll give the so-called Negro victimization Olympics story, and then remove the Indian up out of it and try to say, "Oh, y'all came from millions of Africans." But if you look into the database, it only comes from one individual. The brother Uriah Brandon, he did an excellent video about it. It's called The Haitian Hoax, and a lot of these numbers is fabricated. But when you go to these other museums like the Confederate Museum down there in I think it's Richmond, they'll tell you a whole different
Yes.
other story. They'll mention John Brown and things about Confederate hospitals and their weaponry and all that. When you go to the Native American Museum, they remove slavery altogether. They don't even mention no Native Americans being a slave.
Correct. And I'm gonna go back on what LaTroy just said over here. Yeah, LaTroy, Obama moved those things, talking about help for everyone, and added LGBT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But after he put LBGT, and there's a couple more of them, y'all, cause they them D those and dies, um, and some numbers. So when he did this, he took them and made them the top minority. When he passed the law protecting them, y'all understand? Then he came and he put a protection for the Asians. What happened to us? Then they come
Mm,
back, and you know he the one been running the White House, cause um Biden went picnicking in the brain and ain't came back yet. And while
mm,
we out on picnic, we know Hillary, Pelosi, Maxine Waters, they've been running this country. Okay? So they then, oh, that's okay. Thank you, Sunflower. I knew it was so LGBTQIA plus. That's it. Now, I want to say it correctly because it's hate speech if you don't say it right. But you could call us niggers, Negroes, everything. You can call white people crackers and this and that and the other. No laws. But you better not mess with them. What they did is found a way to consolidate themselves over there. There are gay people in all our communities, and they are not a part of this.
mm. Another one is the
Chief,
small hats too. Don't say nothing about the small hats. Don't even criticize them, even if you're right.
That's right.
Chief, I had a question for you.
Mhm.
Um, One of our colleagues, Tasha, she talked about a little bit about this in the past about um
Two spirits.
yeah, yeah. Can I finish my statement
All
though,
right, yeah.
bro? Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I was going to ask Chief about two spirited folks, because that is something that um comes up for me often in sociology. And also Tasha has a different perspective that she gave us regarding that, um from more like a spiritual perspective. So I just wanted to, yeah, get your thoughts on that, Chief.
Okay, go a little deep on two spirits for Chief. Then I'm gonna know what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. So my understanding of it is two spirited folks from the American Indian perspective were individuals that, folks may say they cross dress, or that they are more androgynous in how they present themselves. Um, but from my study,
Ready to answer.
um,
I'm ready to answer.
from my study, it was, those folks were more like if you had a problem in the community and you couldn't solve it, you would go to them as like kind of like a mediator in a sense. It really didn't have anything to do about
So,
sexuality.
okay, can I say something to you on that? I can answer you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, we trying to combine uh, Indian tradition or indigenous traditions of United States to everybody, and different tribes had different traditions and laws. Okay, that's number one. Number one, in the Shanta people, we had Okafalaya and Okakanini. You still there? Okafalaya was the big, tall people, the warrior people. Okakaninis were more of short people. Now, Okafalayas is who they was looking for warriors. Okay, like the Black Warrior, Tuscaloosa. He was a Okafalaya. A Okakanini is under 6 foot. 6 foot, you Okafalaya. You with me? Okakaninis were not gay, but Okakaninis lived and protected the women, and they helped to build, and they helped to raise the children. Okafalaya go warrior, they go hunting, and they go way out, and Okakaninis stayed close. Okay? They were not gay. It was in Choctaw tribe. If there was no such as no trans dressing. Okay? I've heard people mention this before. You couldn't steal in our tribe because they would cut your fingers off. You lie, you lost your tongue. You kill, you got to give your life to the people who family you eliminated the person from. And sexually, for sure, you were not going to do that. And I grew up with some old Indians all my life. You had to stand upright, men and women. And they didn't believe in a man slunching because it showed weakness, no matter if he was Okafalaya or Okakanini. Okay? So we had upright people. My uncles, when they died, their body was upright. Men could not swish, and women could not cross their leg. So I would say that's a lie for my people. Now we got other tribes that mix in with people from different countries for thousands of years in other places. And I'm not familiar with what their rules and law was, but here it wouldn't fly. Okay? We don't even let boys swish now. We got some, but we got to realize we have put our children in the world with people who are not the same culture as us. So our children get indoctrinated into things that was not of their culture and their people. And the same thing is happening on the internet. And that's why I had to speak out on some of the stuff they saying after this election, because I don't want my grandbabies to think all those lies is factual. From my understanding, it's kind of, if you was going to do something, I mean, in modern day, we got people in the family that's gay, but there would never been an open gay person to dress like that. Okay? And the gays that I know of now wasn't doing that until laws passed and people say this the norm. Then you start seeing this become openly. All right? I had a cousin that was born, he was a hermaphrodite. That means he had both organs. He lived part of his life one way, part the other. He was the type people needed protection by the government because he was killed. They kept beating him till they beat him to death. I lost two other cousins in New Orleans the same way where they were killed. Listen, there are some people that's born hermaphrodite. And as a farmer, you can get animals born with both organs. You don't kill them. You don't treat them wrong. Even the animals that's hermaphrodites, you feed them. You help them because they could have been a twin born in one body. Is that a good way for me to put that? So, a birth defect to that point, you shouldn't be punished and people shouldn't kill you. To be born a boy, married a woman, got children, and you decide, oh, I need a dress, I'm gay now, and I'm going to pay for your surgery for that? No, something's wrong. Another thing, in this last election, I told y'all a while back, we had a woman that say she a man, and a man that say he a woman, and they live together as husband and wife. when they ran for to be a part of the Democratic convention, even on the committees, the woman is a man in St. Tammany and was a woman on the state level. And then the husband wears the dress when it's convenient for him to be a woman. And I'm going to be bringing Ted Quant on. I told him I want to talk to him about it. He's a civil rights leader that I respect very highly. And I told him, I say, hey, leader, do y'all know I discovered something that we need to think about? Is this convenience to capitalize, or is this medical? You with where I'm at? If it's convenient for you to be a woman, you put a dress on. If it's convenient to be a man, you put pants on. Something missing right there. It's not convenient for us to be a minority by our color, and it's not convenient for a Morphodite to be a Morphodite. But it is convenient. I see white men in St. Tammany Parish taking advantage of that. So I'm answering not only about the tribal um, two spirits, I'm answering about white man two spirits. Just like they put misleading information out there about the white man and his Democrat Party and the Republican Party, we got to understand if you come in new into the tribal culture, be careful where you're getting information from, because it was the Europeans raping the slaves men. It was the European raping the Indians. Y'all with where I'm at? And
Yes, we understand that.
so sometimes this stuff get confused. I was raised around Indians, and they was a man was a man, and a woman was a woman, and they was not gonna let you uh, degrade them because a man having long hair don't make him a woman. My grandson has long hair, but he is very macho. He already at 7, he know what a pretty woman is. You know, he know what a woman is, but we got judges and other elected officials that don't know what a woman is.
Mm.
So we gotta keep them from teaching the wrong truth about Native American Indians. We got to teach the young people the truth about their identity. Otherwise, they're going to be like a lot of people now said, my grandma was an Indian. So now they're going to be saying about 20, 30, 40 years, my grandma was a man, but then my grandma became, when my grandpa became my grandma, and I had two grandmas. See what we doing to our next generation? My
Yeah.
grandma DJ Jim and Dale Doll and this is that. We are confusing. We're playing with the minds. And they want to play with your mind because if they can confuse your mind, they can
Hmm.
directions. Okay? Stay focused.
Now they playing games like with this whole DNA stuff, where they're trying to convince Black Americans to call themselves Sub-Sahara Africa.
No.
Where is that located?
I don't know, but they can take that one back. It's too many names. Go get these white folks some of these names.
They don't do that. They
Caucus.
let white people name
Those
them.
are,
I don't
that's
see
who they are.
I don't see Caucasus Mountain descendants on nobody paper. Okay? So when I see white people write Caucasus Mountain descendants, then we might can sit down and consider some stuff. But you ain't swashing them around. You switch
Mm-mm.
us around.
Mm-mm.
And if you go research, these bills are pushed every time Democrats go in office.
Yep.
Did y'all see the
So,
Republican didn't care nothing about us? And that wasn't rude. They know that we have been brainwashed to not look toward that party. Okay?
mm-hmm.
So when we start looking toward that party, every time we look over there, that's the claimants.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to trick you. Well, we tired of that one. And we tired of switches. And then every generation, our children are being lost. That's intentional. So you cannot keep your history intact.
Mm-hmm.
And we need people to say, look, I want to know what's on the birth records. If these people can take and make them take that off birth certificate, how many of us it take to make them put it back across America?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um,
A lot of people don't understand how to trace their genealogy. They rely on these DNA companies to tell them who they are and all that is just a guesstimate, like former regions that don't even really have their ancient names anymore, and then they just go off of what the DNA puts them like right here in the United States, or where they can track their family members, like at the tail end of the chattel slavery, but it can't go back further enough to the colonial period or early antebellum.
But you know what we have to do, y'all? We have to start getting people who are American Indians and foundational blacks
Mm-hmm.
running for office.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Run if you don't win. Run to put your agenda out there. Run to reach people. We got to start doing this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, if the Democrat Party don't support us, why should we support them? Um, I'm gonna tell y'all something. We've been our own worst enemy. We gotta break it, and we on the verge of it. We on the verge of it. The young blacks.
Another thing,
So
Chief, you didn't get on the Republican thing.
we
That's
gonna
another
do
thing you got to get into.
we ain't through. I told y'all we got to do
Mm-hmm.
part 4 because part 3 we looking at the Democrat, and I had to bring them Ku Klux Klans in with the Democrats. Okay, we
Yep.
touched on the Republicans. Okay, but they ain't off the list, baby. Chief gonna come back and do another part. We have to do part 4 to cover the
Oh,
Republicans.
did you get into Albert Pike? Because that's one of the crazy
Albert,
sons of bees
I'm
that
gonna
was
go
over
to
at Albert Pike.
I'm gonna go to Albert Pike. I live not too far from a fort called Albert Pike Fort. I know who Albert Pike was, and he also was a newsman in Arkansas, and he also was the person who organized and measured out the property to remove the Indians to in Oklahoma. Oh, baby, Chief,
Mm.
baby, Chief ain't done. That's why I told Roland, I can't speak for everybody else ethnic group. But why we Indians of this color did not vote for her? He can come on and bring it on to me. Tell him bring it out. But when he leave out, he got a PhD in American Indian and the suffrage that was in the past and still is today. Tell him bring it out. Any
Hmm.
including they the colleges that they standing up there on, bring
The CIA, because that's another major player, because
it.
that coincides with that
I
KKK
will call
thing.
the listen. I will call the FBI to remove trash out my way. Why? They was put there to be the law enforcement. Do I?
Hmm.
I tell them. I watch y'all with 6 eyes. I know what you did to the civil rights people. I'm not coming to you out of trust. I'm coming to you because you get a paycheck to do your job. Look, I ain't been to the Diddy party. No, they can make up allow me. I ain't been to no Diddy party. They can AI me wherever they want. I ain't been to no Diddy party. But he did help. And I always want people to know this. The state was laughing at me the other day. They said, yeah, you got to pray for people. I'm praying for him, but I can't pray him out of a mess he put himself in. But I'm asking the Lord for the few things I know he did, give him mercy for those things. But I think he did more than the few things that he did. That mercy might not help all the way. But P. Diddy doing Katrina spent a lot of money helping people in Louisiana and Mississippi. Did y'all know that? He
I
did.
didn't even know.
And the trucks came from New York City. Bishops up there organized it. Bishop Hudson. He went to people like P. Diddy. P. Diddy put tons of money out and other celebrities. And New York finest, as they call themselves, made sure these trucks made it down to the coast to Chief Warhorse so we could put it where people could get help. He did have done some good stuff. Don't never take away a person's good strike because they done bad. So the good I know of him because I never been to a party to know the other side. But if I would have peeped in the party and saw the jumping going on, that's what I don't understand about all these people now wanting to point fingers. So you must have wanted to be at the party. Because if I would have peeped in the
Mhm.
and it wasn't my kind of party, I know how to turn around and come on up out of there. All right? I ain't hear nobody say anybody put a pistol to their head, put them in a car, and made them go to the party.
Hmm.
All right? So when you play with a dog or a puppy, he'll lick you in the face. They're playing with the dog. They got bit. Y'all, Chief ain't all that. How can I? Green, no. He's been around in the civil rights movement. I don't care if it's the church. They got holes in all them places. When they have church convention, they got holes at the church convention. They got pimps at the church convention.
Hmm.
So
They going after Diddy, but whatever happened to Bishop Eddie Long and all them mega church preachers that's been
why we can't
involved in
make them,
things of that nature?
that's why we can't make them like they saints. Y'all getting what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They got hoeing going on in the White House. Y'all remember Kennedy?
Yes.
So the hoeing been going on. It's up to you choose not to be a hoe or a pimp. Yeah,
Bill Clinton.
Mr. Waldo to my date, we said, I'm my own grandpa. All right, you didn't even need to quit that junk. Mr. Waldo, from auntie's baby, sister, and all that junk. Yeah, they got them kind of people out there, Mr. Waldo. But this is what I want y'all to understand. We got to study. We're not stopping here. Actually, you said you're new to the channel. Go back. There's 60-some videos. Catch up on what we're talking about, because some of this stuff we done went deep into already. And Dr. Fontaine, you've been with us, I think, from the jump street. All right? We done went real deep into some stuff.
I just wanted to point out, Chief, I put in the chat that Congress member Sarah McBride was elected as the first Congress member in Delaware. So I just want to put out there as a charge to Congress member McBride, if they're watching, you know, we would love to talk to you about the misclassified American Indian, um, and see if there's any shared, you know, any shared space that we could talk about that, about
We we
getting
we
that
have
cleared up in Delaware and
we
other
have
parts of Lenape.
we have issues that have not, Dr. Fontaine, been put on the table. We watching them put the trans agenda ahead of even ours, and we the foundation of America. So that tells us we does not matter. So it's time to talk to us. It was our land taken by the doctrine of discovery, and we don't have a voice. And it's
In
time for
about
us to,
2 miles.
huh? You said something, Phoenix?
No, I think that was Tyron's
Okay.
his
Yeah,
mic was
that was the
open.
cars thing.
So
I'm
what I
sorry.
want to know is this. It's time we talk to the government at the top. And we making the first step, y'all. Because whenever they tell us we can come in for that hearing, I'm sure Dr. Fontaine, y'all gonna pack the house because I'm gonna try to bring enough from down here too. And we need these legislators
And
to,
we making the first step.
huh? Somebody faded out what they said. But this is a start on dealing with it at a federal level. And if the Republicans say that they care about our issue, give us a call. But right now, ain't nobody called us from over there. But I did get a call from Scalise's office. I did not call him. He called me. And you know what? He didn't even ask for my vote. Isn't that amazing? He didn't care if I was voting for that thing that I wasn't voting for.
It says a lot about his character.
They never talked election. Who you voting for? Will you give me a vote? And Chief ain't gonna lie. They was down to see what's going on that they can play a role in. Mr. Waldo, talk to him on the phone. Because I wanted him to see, Mr. Waldo, you ought to drop in here and tell him that out your own mouth. I called Mr. Waldo while I was there. So we make sure Oklahoma is not left out of the discrimination. Maxine Waters went down there and didn't come back no more. And she ain't bring nothing up to help nobody over there. So not only did I bring the petition issue up, I brought Mr. Waldo issue up. Mr. Waldo, if you still on here, please come on and let him know. I was in the office of the congressman when I put Mr. Waldo on the phone, The congressman office was so glad to know at least one person was willing to tell his story. I had nothing to do with election. Y'all getting what I'm saying? Nothing. Just like the representative that done did this here petition. They ain't asked me about doing nothing. They ain't asked me for nothing. Didn't even know they were doing it. They got some good people out there. And they may be Democrat, Republican, black, white. They may be Christian, Jews. Y'all listen to me, Muslim. We got to stop making enemies. Because God will put people in places to help us. And sometimes we the one turns them down. They taking the petition very serious. Just like they took the tribal packet serious. Okay? All I can tell y'all is this. It's time for a change. And let's not look for it through a party. Let's look to it through educating our people and using our numbers wisely and voting for what's going to help us as an overall. Gator say we need 500 more pages of signatures. I told the congressman office, I'm glad you said that, Gator. I told him as we get so much, we're going to turn them over to him. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Keep them rolling. People, if you have not signed, I said people, if you have not signed the petition, please do it for your part of the change. Vote for yourself for a change. If your grandmother or your grandfathers were American Indian, they need justice too. And justice is get rid of this censorship off of us. And people now should understand what their grandparents and parents have to deal with to fight. Yeah, LaTroy, I ain't got time for the BIA. The BIA sit there to be a blocker for the fakes to come through and the real indigenous can't. They there to get our land. You right. That's what they want Mr. Waldo and them to do in Oklahoma. They ain't giving nobody no land. If you ain't got no land, that means you wasn't the right Indian. That's part of the evidence right there. Okay, y'all, I love y'all. I don't see Mr. Waldo. He might have tipped out on us earlier. I love y'all. We actually did 3 hours, y'all. They're going to talk about us when they come to view this. Close out with some peace and love. I have to do this tonight, y'all. And thank you, Dr. Fontaine, for the Coke and the petition and everything and your support. I thank all of y'all that have been supporting this channel. We have a place that we can come together, empower our minds. Do y'all know a powwow is not jumping around dancing? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know a powwow is not out there selling gifts and trinkets? Every time we meet and cook on here, we are having a powwow. My grandfathers and my cousins used to say a powwow is the meetings of a mind. And I have really enjoyed y'all for my 2 years that have went by so fast. And I want to thank you, Phoenix, because these 2 years that went by so fast, I don't know what to do. But I want to thank you all. We didn't put the shows on until January, but we actually started the page, Phoenix and I, in November and used old shows to get it started. And you all have been dynamite. Y'all have went through me learning how to do this with you all and learning how to put stuff up. But you're not dumb. And we ain't gonna let nobody think none of us dumb. Because we're gonna keep having powwow, cooking the gumbo and serving it up. If y'all enjoyed the meal today, y'all can leave it on the page so that those who come for leftovers know what it tastes like. So I would like to show y'all I love y'all, and I would like y'all to send some love back. Peace and love, y'all. Come on, I'm gonna share some love with y'all tonight because we all oppressed people to be oppressed and still be the better people of the land without hatred in our heart. And I would like to close by saying this. If you haven't donated to the channel, and if you can't donate, don't worry about it. But if you can make donations to help what we are doing, feel free to drop it off at the Cash App or share it on this page. Thank you all, and I'm going to say good night. I love y'all. We're going to do another part to this show because we got to go back and get the Republican part. So we're going to pick up where we left off, and the next topic will be the Republicans, still on the same things, still on the same topic. We're just going to go into the Republican point, and we will pick up the Democrat Republican on that part also. Good night, everybody. Phoenix, good night. Dr. Fontaine, thank you, and good night. And I'll see y'all later on this week. Yeah, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're going to make this channel grow even more. The more we make it grow, the more information is out. And anyone that's new, please go to the channel, watch some of the older videos. And actually, you'll find stuff that blends back in what we're talking about. What kind of black you are. Birth the Nation. And please jump over to Phoenix and them page and go watch Colonizer the Chief. And please sign the petition. But Colonizer the Chief gonna take you real deep into it. So you don't see me all the time, but there's enough out there for y'all to catch snacks on and research on that'll hold you up till I get back. Love and peace and prayers to y'all. And don't let nobody break your family and community up over politics, be it Democrat, be it Republican. Love y'all and see you next time. Good night.